Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
It is a great day to be alive on this Monday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust. Alongside me is everybody. Kyle Wallace, Packer backer. Say something, Kyle.
Oh, I'm glad we survived that snow. Tell you that. I'm safe. I hope you're safe, too.
Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up, is definitely safe because he has somebody to do everything for him.
I sure did. I texted Nate this morning and said, hey, Nate, you're going to be here before noon, right? Just want to make sure, or else I'm going to be stuck.
He tried to act like he could understand because I said, boy, I don't know what it is. I'm a little tired today. It must be from shoveling snow. You know what Brad said?
Yeah, I know, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I know. It's just shoveling can make you tired. I said, stop. When the last time you shoveled snow? He said, I don't know.
You know, I was thinking about while shoveling snow.
What is that?
Would Alex Stroh be able to clear my driveway?
Oh, no.
I don't know how much got closer to Milwaukee, but it was like 10 to 12.
That's what I'm saying.
10 to 12 out there?
Yeah. I'm not sure Alex Stroh or even Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, or Brad Nortman's clearing that.
That's not the point. The point is I'm talking about a normal household.
Oh.
With
normal stuff, like 8 inches?
8 inches.
I got you.
It's very overwhelming for Alex Stroh. Definitely not used to that.
The thing is,
living in an apartment, obviously.
I could see Alex Stroh out there, headphones in, he's dancing, he's spinning with the shovel. I could see him just out there.
He'd be falling into the snow before he's dancing. The wind almost blew him over last week.
The wind might blow him over into a snowbank. That's true.
100%.
That may happen, but I'd pop right back up. I'm resilient.
But I feel like he grabs the snow, he throws it just any direction. That's what his whole body.
And then the wind blows it right back in his face.
Yeah, I can't imagine Stroh clearing out any pathway.
You guys act like
you couldn't lift 95 pounds with your chest.
When's the last time you shoveled snow?
It's been a while. Been since I was in college.
What did you shovel for in college?
I lived in a house.
No, you had to shovel?
They chose
the sidewalk and the driveway.
They chose you to go out there.
No, I volunteered often.
Wow.
I was a good roommate.
Man of the people.
Are we? When do we believe and not believe Kyle? It's hard to believe anything that comes out of his mouth recently.
Especially up there in Stevens Point.
Usually,
a lot of snow.
Usually these colleges, these landlords have people who they have shovel just in case because they don't want to be sued. I don't think they would leave.
They did not for snow. They did mow our lawn for us, but they did not shovel for us.
Okay.
We had to do that.
If you claim, you like to make a lot of claims.
A lot of claims.
There's no pictures or evidence of any of this.
Yeah, correct.
Or
so it didn't happen. 800-990-3776.
He'll show a picture of somebody else shoveling.
Carbless talk and text line. AI himself on there. Ron McKee, very, very good point. At this point, can we be sure that he can even lift the shovel?
Wow.
Dang.
No, I mean, there's not.
That's crazy.
Nothing is off limits. I don't know why you're saying, wow, that's crazy.
Now listen, my gym buddy, I ain't going to disrespect him that much. Saying him lifting the snow, especially when it was kind of wet today, it could get heavy with a lot, yes. But saying he can't lift the shovel, now that's just disrespectful. Disrespectful.
I could see Stroh trying to push the snow with the shovel, and like cartoonishly, his feet just keep running in place, can't get traction. That I could see.
Yeah, Stroh just hire some guys. It was a good investment.
He doesn't have money.
Hire guys.
And you got a heart condition, so I'm being so serious. I'm telling you, because when I'm my dad's age, I ain't doing this. I was outside.
I'm surprised you lift with him with that heart condition. What happens if something goes wrong and you're with him?
The weight's not that heavy. We good.
Can't crush him?
No, yeah, you can admit that, right? Like your heart's okay at this point.
At this point,
yeah.
Have you discovered an area that you are strong in?
That's a great question. The silence is deafening.
Because you never know. Maybe core. Maybe you were great at holding a plank or
with that lengthy ass body.
Triceps.
He claims his legs
I feel like calf raises are a strength.
Calves?
No, not my calves.
Grip?
More so my quads.
Your quads are strong.
Your hamstrings are
on the leg extension.
Yeah. No. The leg press. I'm good at that.
That's not really your quad. That's going to be your
quad
glute.
Glutes, but now I know you're lying because you don't have a butt.
Right, but I can still move some weight.
Yeah.
Again, this is why you and Brad said yeah.
Yeah.
When Brad's calling out your fibs, that's when you know you've gone too far.
It does feel good to throw some plates on the leg press, though. You can throw a lot of plates on there.
A lot of
He's
plates.
never thrown a plate on there because it's a machine.
It is a machine.
He goes, look, that's a lot right there. He goes, yeah, it is fun. He goes, yeah, it is
You're
fun.
not putting the 45s on each side. Put like 6
No,
on.
I'm doing that for the calf raises, though. Well, that goes over the top.
The
but
chair calf raises where you could just.
Strofe, I love the effort, man. I do.
Yo, his lengthy ass legs on the calf machine.
I'm moving that thing.
He's trying to get fit like a 27-year-old woman.
The $1 million question that everyone wants to know the answer to right now is, are the Badgers going to make it to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2017? The answer to everyone is go.
Hell yeah.
Strofe.
Yes.
Kyle.
Absolutely. This is it. This is the year, baby.
I don't like the way Kyle said that. He just was like, yeah, this is the year.
This is the most confident I've felt in the Wisconsin
That's
Badger
ultimately
basketball
so. I've been saying with Alex Strofe on the March Mode shows that we've been doing this morning and last night on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison. Here's how I want you to think about the Badgers right now. I don't want you to look at them as a 5 seed. I know that's what the number is next to them in the bracket, but they have been playing like a 3 seed. So if you think about 5-12, like, yeah, you're going to think like, oh, they could be upset. I don't give a damn that High Point, who is their opponent, scores a lot of points. I don't give a damn that people are picking them, like Clark Kellogg on CBS. Oh, High Point, watch out for... I don't give a damn about any of that. Because you know what the Badgers just played against? Michigan. And you know what it took for Michigan to beat the Badgers? Well, they got a little help from Austin Rapp getting hot. But they had to put the Big Ten Player of the Year, Yaxel Lindenberg. A lot of tough names to say in the NCAA basketball with all these overseas guys. And I know he's not, but I'm just saying there's a lot of them. They put the Big Ten Player of the Year, who's 6'8" and long and athletic, on Nick Boyd. You know who doesn't have that? High Point. You know who also is scoring a lot of points and better at it than High Point? The Badgers, who did it in the Big Ten all season long. So for me, my confidence of who, and you could point at bad losses, I get that. But when the stage is high and the pressure is highest, the Badgers have delivered. You could say, well, they lost Oregon. Well, I mean, they went on a West Coast trip after beating a bunch of good teams. They dropped a game and they beat Washington, but like, they aren't perfect. But my mind goes to when they have had to rise to the occasion, they have risen to the occasion in the last 3 months. So despite, and now you have people picking High Point. The spread opened at around 12.5. It's at 9.5. So people are putting money towards betting High Point spread. Doesn't mean that the High Point's going to win. They just like the points. What does that tell me? People are overlooking the Badgers even in a 12-5 matchup. What have they thrived on all year? Being the underdog. They were 12-point favorites, 12-point dogs, 9-point dogs, 15-point dogs. First time against Michigan, on the road at Illinois.
Shoot, in
against
the
Purdue,
in the Big Ten
tournament,
8.5-point dogs, weren't they? Against Illinois.
Against Illinois, and then again against Michigan. You're looking at a 12.5-point spread there. So I don't know what it is, but what I do know about this team is when the pressure is there, they have showed up in the last 3 months. And that is the reason why they're a 5 seed, because it took some time for them to figure out who they were, what their roles are, how to play Boyd and Blackwell together, how to be efficient together, who's going to Rody's role, Braden Carrington off the bench, getting Nolan Winterbrack. Austin Rapp, who started the year off as a starter, found his role for this team coming off the bench as a three-point shooter. Defined roles, a team that has risen to the occasion in high-pressure moments is not going to get me scared of High Point or Arkansas. There's my little 3 minutes. Hopefully that gives you more confidence in this 5-12 because, they lost to James Madison 2 years ago. Hell, they did. I know that. But guess what the record is against mid-majors in the first round of the tournament in the last 15 years?
What is it?
Last 20 years. 12-1. James Madison being the one. Have they lost to mid-majors? Yes, but in the first round of the tournament.
Well, we had a different feeling against that James Madison team, too. We weren't
AJ
sure.
Store was one foot out the door.
Yeah,
Chucky Hepburn was trying to figure out if he was going to come back or chase money. This team is bought in. Nick Boyd has nowhere to go. This is it for him.
But it's a completely different type of team, a completely different type of just where the national basketball landscape is. And when I look at this team, the one thing I love about them is I like that this team will know that other teams people are thinking that High Point actually has a chance, right? I want this team hungry, and that's exactly what you're going to get from this Badger team because they do have this leadership, but also more importantly, they have the skill set to be able to beat High Point and take care of business. I would rather have them play a High Point team that other people think they can lose to, so they're locked in and focused as they get ready to play an Arkansas team that can be up-tempo and that can score a lot, led by John Calipari and a great guard that Ben thinks might be the best player in the country.
He is the best player in the country. There's no doubt in my mind.
Wow. Shout out to Detroit Cast then. Cast Tech. So for me, that's why I'm excited for the matchup because I think it's a winnable matchup. The first game they should be able to win. And the second one, again, when they have to play teams that are really, really good, it seems like the Badgers of late in the last 2 months have gotten up for those games and have come through for. So that's why I like the matchup. That's why I think they'll make it to the Sweet 16 this year because this is one of the first times in a while that I believe that this team has what it takes.
Yeah, this is the most confident I've felt in a Badger basketball team in a long time. Man, hearing Ben talk basketball, too, I feel even more confident. Tune into March mode for more of that. Ben, hearing you talk basketball, it gets me going, man. It's March Madness. Let's go.
I only speak with conviction about things I believe in.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know. I am typically one that when it's come to the Badgers in the tournament, I'm like, are they set up? This is the first time in like group chats where like they have the talent. It doesn't matter who they play. Are there better matchups that I would have liked to see? Yes, but that's a good thing that even when you don't get the draw you want, potentially, that you would have want. Like I didn't want to see Arkansas. It doesn't mean like, oh, it's over. I don't have confidence they're going to win against Arkansas.
Yeah, and you said this in March mode as well, or on the bracket special that you and Alex Strofe had, which I totally agree with. One of the things that I try to think about is if I'm a current team, am I concerned to play another team? And oftentimes we look at it from the Badger standpoint, man, are we intimidated to play High Point or Arkansas? I think every team is looking at the Wisconsin Badgers and saying that is a team you do not want to face, both because of the tandem in Blackwell and Boyd, how hot they're playing, the ability to play with and beat any team. Yes, they maybe laid a couple eggs somewhere along the way, but clearly the ceiling for this team is very, very high. So you talk about a team that's back against the wall, being disrespected like they have been all season, proven that they can be really, really good. I think every other team looks at Wisconsin and says that's a team I don't want to face. It's always a good litmus test for me. How do other people think about it? Because when I look at Wisconsin football, I'm like, teams aren't intimidated to face Wisconsin football. So there are times when you look at other teams and you say, do I want to face this team? I think universally Wisconsin is, I don't want to face that team.
Yes, that's the thing I was going to bring up because we've talked about that when thinking about Badgers football, like counting wins. You know, everyone was like looking at them like, okay, well, if you think that's a light game, you know, you might have it. Where in the past that never was the case. Brad Underwood, the head coach of the University of Illinois. This is after the bracket is out. At least I don't have to face Nick Boyd.
Wow. High praise.
High praise, right? This is a 3-seed Illinois, who I think has a great chance to make a run. They're very talented. The Badgers beat them twice this year. Is talking about Nick Boyd. And that's why I'm like, I don't care that High Point scores a ton of points. I don't care because I have Nick Boyd and John Blackwell. I have two.
Yeah,
I have two studs.
That's what makes it special this year.
And not only do I think the Badgers are capable, I just want this. I want this for Greg Gard. He has done something that's a heavy lift. Changed the culture of Wisconsin basketball in a time when the landscape's changing all around him. He adapted. He was able to figure out NIL. He's able to figure out transfer portal. He's able to figure out changing from a defensive-centric, scoring, based
efficient
system,
scoring.
But now where it's lights out shooting, and scoring. So I want this for Greg Gard. He's been able to he's been a steady persona in the Wisconsin athletic community for a long time now. It's time. It's obviously been too long since they were in a Sweet 16.
Look,
this feels
there's
like
no doubt about it. It's the last thing on the list. Obviously you want to see the program also go further than Sweet 16, but there's a process. You just gotta break through what everyone is sort of as a fan holding on to right now, and I get it, and we'll continue to get back to them throughout the show and throughout the week, and obviously Thursday they play at 12:58. Is it Central?
It's 11 something, isn't it?
No, it's 12. It's
12:50.
Oh, 12:50.
Exactly.
It's
You're close.
it's 10:50 their time.
Yeah, and
Which
again,
is crazy.
It would be 9:50 for High Point.
No. It's 10:50 their time when on the West Coast. They're starting a basketball game at 10:50. Crazy.
Kind of nice.
That's
Kind of
8
fun.
a.m.
I
That's
love
early.
these early games.
It's the game is being played. Yes, at 10:50. But I just like when everyone's like, "Oh, but the
I'm not
Badgers."
talking about that. I'm just talking about how early it is.
I know
on the
it's
West
definitely,
Coast.
but everyone's like, "Oh, the Badgers, their body." High Point's doing the same thing. So I hate when people are doing this. They play so early on the West Coast.
Yeah,
It's another hour for the other East school.
I'm just
team in the
saying.
East.
I will say it is quite interesting to wake up at having a basketball game at that time in the day.
Well, I mean,
They play 11 o'clock games
I was
all
gonna say-
the time
No,
on
but
Saturdays.
on the West Coast. I'm just saying on the West Coast.
For sure.
It's just weird. I mean,
yeah.
it's just weird. It's
Waking up here and playing an 11 o'clock game for the Wisconsin Badgers, I mean, you're talking about a 5:30 wake-up call, and then you're playing football at 11 o'clock. I mean, I'm just punting, but it's just,
I'm just punting.
I'm just punting, but
Ben-
people are hitting at 11. Let's go.
Ben, you make a good point. They do play those 11 o'clock games on Saturdays. So
All the time.
yeah.
All the time. So if you want to
Get
find
up
a
and get
reason to be
going. I
upset about
prefer
the
that,
draw
honestly.
and the timing, you can. But if you believe in the team like I do, I don't think any of that crap matters, and they're going to show it to us on Thursday at 12:50.
12:50.
12:50.
Nailed it.
12-5 matchup at 12:50.
Okay. Strovis with the drop in.
Nerd Man.
Ed Policy needs your money. Pony up, folks. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait,
What?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Spring is here, and that means it's time for Brewers baseball.
Is a fly ball deep center field. Back to the track. Bye-bye baseball, Christian Yelich.
The Crew open up the season at home against the Chicago White Sox on March 26th. Stay up to date with all your Brewers opening day coverage on ESPN Milwaukee. Presented by KB Excursions, Carbliss, and National Liquor Mart. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Looking for a dinner that actually impresses and cocktails that keep the conversation going? Head to the second floor of St. Kate the Arts Hotel and discover the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails. Bold, elevated dinners, thoughtfully crafted cocktails. It's the kind of place where every plate and every pour is made with intention. Come for dinner, stay for another round. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
You've already put in the work. Now there's a way to make it count towards your degree. At Lakeland University, your work and life experience can earn you college credit, helping you finish faster, saving time and money. With flexible evening and online classes, plus multiple start dates, Lakeland fits your life. Study 100% online at one of our 6 locations across Wisconsin or on our residential campus in Sheboygan County. Customize your degree to fit your life, your goals, your future, without missing the moments that matter, at work or at home. Your experience matters here. Lakeland University. Experience it your way.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free in 24 months with no payments or interest plus $500 off. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
Calling all seafood lovers, the lobster salad sub is officially back at Cousin Subs. Fresh lobster mixed with our creamy signature mayo, topped with tomato and onion, served over crisp lettuce and finished with a sprinkle of Old Bay. All on our fresh-baked Italian bread. It's a crave-worthy classic you can enjoy in store, online, or on the app, but only through April 5th. So catch it while you can. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Josh DiMaggio here for Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've been on this journey since January and already lost 30 pounds. It's been easy, safe, and their team continue to help me reach my goals. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. And for a limited time, get $200 off the spring special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ed Policy wants your money. Step right up, folks.
Don't you do that. Don't you do that.
Got $250 there. I got $250 there. I got $250 over there.
What do I get in return, Ed?
10% off the pro shop.
Wow. Thanks.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe is running the show. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. Less is more. Of course, get us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison and listen on the ESPN Wisconsin app. So, Ed Policy is open to looking at the naming rights to the Lambeau Field because that's where things are going. They're like the last NFL stadium that doesn't have naming rights. And he says that they're at risk of being left behind after the Dolphins owner sold 1% of his team at the $12.5 billion valuation. They're able to get more money, deeper pockets. Who wants to take this first?
Take this.
Go ahead, Brad.
Let me take this. Listen, this is the first time we've heard Ed Policy speak, publicly with a conviction, with a something that matters. I couldn't be more disappointed in the messaging and what he said. I want Mark Murphy back when it comes down to it, honestly. What he's saying is complete garbage. Saying that the team's at a competitive disadvantage because other teams like the Miami Dolphins owner and Steven Ross can cash out, so to speak, sell a sliver of his team to a private equity group or whatever. That's exactly what Steven Ross is doing. He's cashing out. But the cap, that completely stays the same. That is hard and fixed. Every team has to do that. And the Green Bay Packers, they've got as much cap as everybody else. Even when it comes to stadium funding, right? Keeping the team in Green Bay, every other organization, my old programs themselves, Carolina and Jacksonville, just did stadium expansions. Guess what? It's public money. They're raising taxes just like raising taxes would happen in Green Bay or Wisconsin. Maybe there's a sliver that comes from the owner, but there's also a massive, massive rainy day fund for the Green Bay Packers that make $85 million a year, so they have plenty of money. Anybody that's crying for the Green Bay Packers financial situation needs to take a hard look at the financials of it and realize that this NFL, it has always been about money. It always will be about money. Nothing's pure in the sport world anymore anyway, and everything drives money. So whether it takes, naming the stadium over Lambeau Field or alongside Lambeau Field, every other team is doing that too. The Packers are actually in a better situation than most other teams because no other team has or the Green Bay Packers, unlike any other team, doesn't have an owner that might be tempted to say, you know what, I'm going to take the net profit from my team, I'm going to put it elsewhere. The Packers can reinvest every single dime, so nobody should be crying when it comes to the Green Bay Packers. You can't tout about being publicly owned and being proud of it and then complain when it doesn't necessarily immediately benefit you.
Not to mention, if they had an owner
who's to say that owner wouldn't have already been like, I'm moving it out of Green Bay to maximize profits?
Totally. You could easily do that. They could have been the ones that go to Vegas or go to L.A.
Okay, stop with all that. Stop with all that. Don't say that. We're not moving anywhere. And
Or not, but
don't
they
you
could.
come at ad policy. Listen, we have good money right now. Yeah, we have $500 million in reserves, but times are great. One day, unfortunately, Brad, the day we have never seen, the Packers may not be great and money may go down. Look what's happening with the Milwaukee Bucks right now. They're not able to sell out the stadium, and I'm sure money's a little tighter with the Milwaukee Bucks. And one day that may happen in Green Bay. You always got to be building for the future. You need to make sure you're at your financial houses in order, not just for the next 5 years, but for the next 50 years. I expect better out of you, Bradley Nortman, as somebody who's a financial guru here on KBN Nation. But in addition to that, KBN Nation, we need to have more cash just in case we want to upgrade our facilities. Remember when they had the whole NFLPA report card that got leaked and they said that the Packers medical facilities weren't the greatest? Well, they have to upgrade that. Where does that money come from? It comes from those reserves. When you talk about them saying that their families don't get treated well because they don't have a great family room, well, guess what? That money can come out of what? The reserves that we have. All the upgrades that we have can come out the reserves. So it's important that the Green Bay Packers understand, the organization understands.
Why does it have to come out of the reserves? They made $85 million in profit.
To run a business, it costs a lot of money, just in case. Just in case.
I'm just saying, outside of the reserve fund, they made $85 million in profit.
There's other things has to go to, Ben Brust. You might want
They made the choice to invest in Titletown.
They might want to grow the team.
They made the choice to invest in Titletown, not in their facilities.
There may be more things they need to invest in, but overall, the Green Bay Packers, don't come at them. He's absolutely right. They're going to fall behind other teams when it comes to how much money these teams have, simply because they're limited based off of shareholders. And you would be so lucky if they did another stock sale so you can be a shareholder. So if you were so lucky to be like me.
Well, let me educate a little bit of you, Kyle, and KBN Nation on the finances.
Educate his ass, Brad.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of education when it comes to...
Nerdman.
That's right, Nerdman is back. So, two things make up the total revenue of the Green Bay Packers. 60% is like league revenues, right? So you're talking about TV deals, all the things that is like big NFL.
That's going down, right? Isn't it?
Oh, way down. Psych! That's going way up.
Love a good psych.
At skyrocket type values. That is split 32 ways. Think of it like socialism for billionaires, right? So all these big streaming deals and league-wide sponsorships, like the Pepsis, the Microsofts, the Googles, that plus the streaming deals, plus NFL merchandising, right? All that gets thrown in a bucket and distributed to the 32 other teams. Now, that is to protect somebody like the Green Bay Packers, who might not be able to have the same thing as like the Dallas Cowboys. 40% is local. That's ticket sales and parking and concessions and maybe a couple of specific things when it comes to local type media things. And this is where stadium naming rights come from as well. So 40% is going to become of that. Now, the question is, where do the Packers rank? Where do the Packers rank when it comes to local? Well, do you think they're in the top half or the bottom half?
I would assume we're in the top half, simply because.
Kyle putting his chest out now.
A lot of things. I mean, we're in the top half. We're fiscally, we're stable. We run a good business.
Kyle, your gut serves you right. They're 11th. They're 11th of 32 teams.
That's
so
right.
Not only are they getting, the rising waters lifts all boats when it comes to the NFL, but they are rolling when it comes to those 11. So even if there's a backseat, even if the Packers struggle for a little bit, there is a nationwide, even international Packer fans all over the place that you could raise money, and they're doing just fine when it comes to being able to rake in money to be in the top half of that other 40% category, and every dollar can and should go back into the team, an NFL owner. That's the thing, like Stephen Ross selling 1% at a $12.5 billion valuation. He's not taking it and making the Dolphins better. He can't change anything to the cap. They've already done their stadium. He's taking it and he's cashing out.
Good lifestyle. Good investment.
I mean, it's a good life. He's a good businessman.
Good investment, boy.
Man.
Want a taste? You want to taste the Dolphins?
1% of $12 billion just in your pocket like that?
$100 million?
It was that $250 million.
You what?
No, 125 million.
25 million?
125 million.
There's 99 more where that came from.
That's crazy.
125 million.
There's 99 more 125 millions.
That's wild. Bumps that NFL team. I will say this though, they should rename the stadium though.
Well, you want them to.
Yeah, I'm not mad.
What about the sanctity of Lambeau Field?
It can be something at Lambeau Field. There's a lot of different options. We should definitely keep it Wisconsin based, but we have so many great.
It would be Lambeau Field at blank stadium.
Okay, fine. Lambeau Field that saved big money at Menards Stadium.
Of course.
Of course, save big, save big money.
You can do Lambeau Field at Kohl's Stadium, where every ticket comes with Kohl's cash.
Kohl's cash.
Yeah, reinvest into the community. We got all great business.
I have
here.
a bad feeling because the NFL continues to grow nationally and globally that it would be like the valuations of the franchises are so big that it's going to be
$12 billion for the Dolphins.
National brand. It's like I love the idea of the local brand. I'm seeing a lot of those, but I think that's kind of cute.
Are you saying Quick Trip can't have a stadium where they have their quick trip food stands inside of there?
Yeah, but like, but hear me out. Hear me out. The part of a naming of a stadium is you start hearing it. Like you knew what Heinz Field was. If somebody hears Quick Trip and they're only a regional business, that's not going to help their overall footprint.
You almost need a national brand that's just centered here in
Wisconsin. when the CBS broadcast comes in, welcome to Lambeau Field, powered by Quick Trip or whatever it is.
You are the biggest sellouts. You're not.
We are at Policy.
You just said they should do the name.
You just said it.
Wisconsin.
But that doesn't make sense. If you
let me give you an example.
Stadium.
Let me give you an example.
Hang on. We'll continue this on the other side. Also, I want your wrong answers only. Wrong answers only for the naming rights to Lambeau Field. What could be the worst possible names to Lambeau Field? 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talking text line. Or type it in on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Kyle wants the stadium name, but it has to be a local company, even though that might not make the most fiscal sense, despite opening up, as Ed Policy is saying he might have to do, to keep up with the league. 800-990-ESPN is the Carbless Talking text line. Name Lambeau Field. Wrong answers only. We continue discussion next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm with you on moving on.
Yeah, move on. Like a bad relationship.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Spring is here, and living with your old, drafty, foggy, dirty, hard-to-open, bad windows is no longer an option. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Visit sidingunlimited.com today.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers. This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Platteville Junior Grant Poppy. Poppy powered the Hillmen to a regional championship, leading Platteville to 3 postseason victories last week. He opened the playoffs with 12 points and 6 rebounds in a 76-66 win over River Valley. He followed that with a dominant 21-point, 14-rebound effort in a 71-50 win over Mauston. Then capped the title run with 27 points and 12 rebounds in a 72-61 regional final victory over Lodi. Earlier this season, Poppy also reached the 1,000-point career milestone as just a junior, cementing his place among the program's all-time leading scorers. Congratulations to Grant Poppy, your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
I'm not against shopping online. In fact, you can check out our huge selection at BurkhartSportingGoods.com. But when you're ready to buy, Burkhart should be your only stop. Because here, you can grab hold of the Midwest's largest selection of baseball bats, gloves, and equipment, and take all the swings you need in our indoor batting cages to make sure you buy the right bat. And when you buy your new mitt, we'll steam and custom fit it for you right on the spot. This is Brian Burkhart, and when you love baseball and softball like we do, you can't beat Burkhart. If you're in charge of uniforms and equipment, you want to get the most value for your team's budget. You want the most for your money, and you want the process to be easy. Because you already have enough on your plate. We get it. Burkhart Sporting Goods team outfitting division is the best you'll find, with an abnormally high customer satisfaction rate and our own silk screening and embroidery facility for quality control. So if you want the highest quality team outfitting and incredible service, you can't beat Burkhart.
Well, March hoops are here, and it is one of the best times of the year to be watching sports. And right now, download the Prize Picks app. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. Again, code WI, and suddenly every dunk, every three, every big performance matters even more. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If your picks are right, you cash in. You can build lineups across basketball, hockey, baseball, college hoops, whatever you're watching. I like the flexibility too. With Flex Play, you can still get paid even if one pick misses. Want a bigger payout? Go Power Play. And with early payouts, if your player gets off to a hot start, you can cash out before the game ends. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wrong answers only. The Packers may be open to adding naming rights to Lambeau Field. 800-990-3776. Vaughn in the 608 Pampers Stadium.
What's so funny about that? I don't get it. What are they trying to say about my team?
Soft. Kyle, Brust Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin as Kyle's open to the naming, but it has to be local Wisconsin.
Got to be locally owned, baby. Locally owned. AmFam Field North or Lambeau Field at American Family Insurance Stadium North.
That is a mouthful.
That's a lot of mouthfuls out there. Harley-Davidson Stadium. How about that?
Big hogs, huh?
How about, and hogs, or we go Motor Gang Stadium, baby. Motor Gang.
And they do the bikes, right?
yeah. You're a big motorcycle guy.
I had a moped in college.
Yeah, very similar to a Harley.
Yeah, we was riding hair in the wind, all that.
I got a couple good ones. So, as sort of a nod to like in-game indecision, the Google should we go for it field.
Now he's trying too hard.
Google should we go for it?
Come on.
It's Google though. It's Google.
Creative.
It's so bad.
How about the Toyota Camry Stadium? Because you know it's reliable. You're gonna have a good 10 years, but it's not gonna be flashy.
Dude, you're missing. That's Toyotathon for all.
And it's Toyotathon.
Jordan Love has Toyotathon every time he plays at Lambeau.
Didn't even think about that.
I don't hate that one.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What are we doing? What?
Dude, Meta
take on
Field.
the identity of the team.
Meta Field.
Put the Ray-Ban glasses on.
Take the
TikTok
identity
Stadium.
of the team.
TikTok. I do that.
TikTok Stadium. That would be slightly shameful.
Nah. Give me Culver's, baby. A better brand of beef makes a football team better.
What about something like Beyond Meat Stadium?
No, that ain't gonna be around much. That phase is already out. Beyond Beef. Never mind. Let me stop.
Why? Why stop?
No, because are people still eating that?
I don't think.
I think they moved past it. Yeah.
I think they've realized that it's a bunch of fake stuff.
Yeah,
in there.
where's the beef stadium? That's what it should be.
Carbless Icebox Stadium.
Oh, I like
Carbless
that.
Icebox, little note out of the frozen tundra.
Nah, I like that.
And that's a Wisconsin-based company.
That's right. Now, or Kohler Stadium. You know, where you got the best bathrooms in the country. In that stadium.
Elite bathroom experience.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, not them troughs they got at Dirty Soldier Field. Disgusted. The trough. Where is the 21st century? We're still peeing in troughs. Don't make any sense.
I think they still have those at Wrigley too.
Oh,
they kind of do. They have those at Camp Randall?
I
think
they have them somewhere.
I don't think somewhere in Camp Randall.
Yeah,
I think it's over by the student
Camp
section.
Randall?
Yeah.
They do have them somewhere in Wisconsin because I have peed at a trough more than once.
I was disgusted at Michigan State when I was there peeing.
Michigan State is a dump.
It is a dump. I was disgusted.
What about like the Kraft Singles Stadium? Like every quarterback gets one.
They not Wisconsin. Sargento is Wisconsin. See, that's
I know, but Kraft Singles.
Sargento is all
Sargento's
real
Wisconsin.
cheese people.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about the fact that it's a Kraft Single. Every quarterback just gets one championship. Single serve.
Oh, now he's being disrespectful.
I'm just trying to make make it take on the image of the Green Bay Packers.
What are we doing here? If it's not Wisconsin-based, it's not me. You're definitely not going to disrespect my team whatsoever the way you just disrespected my team, bro.
The Matt LaFleur Leadership and Accountability Field.
Okay.
See, now we're talking. Now we're getting creative.
They're just being mean.
Creative.
Now you're just being mean. I think, Stro, I don't know.
The Goody Patience Pavilion.
Stro, I think I
so
came
dumb.
up with the best names, did I not?
It sounds like these two are using
You just
ChatGPT
named
too much.
Wisconsin companies. That's all you did.
But I named Wisconsin companies because
The new
that's
medical
what matters.
facility.
At least
The
there was
Aaron
a thought
Rodgers
process.
immunization area.
Oh, gosh.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's what they
At
did.
least you put some thought into it, Kyle.
Yeah. Save big money at Menard Stadium.
I like that one.
That's who you can't beat that.
But you're going to save big money while you go to Lambeau Field to spend all your money.
Couldn't they just get it from Lamborghini and then they could still call it Lambeau Field?
All right, stealing from Ron and McKee. Don't act like you came up with that yourself. I know you too well.
I didn't see
see the text line. Yes, you did. I know you.
But it's not Lambeau Field. It's Lamborghini Stadium
Right,
at
but you
Lambeau
can still
Field.
call it Lambo then because they call Lamborghinis Lambos.
Yeah, but you're going to say the whole company name, right? Lamborghini.
Yeah, because you always
Because we
refer to it
always
as
say American Family Field. We call it AmFam Field.
So you're saying Lambeau Field at Lambeau Field?
No, just
No,
Lambeau
just
Field.
Lambeau Field.
Lambeau Field.
Lamborghini Field. But
Double
Lambeau Field.
entendre.
But you're not taking out
Lambo.
Why is this so
Lambeau
hard
Field.
for you to figure out?
What do you call Lamborghini?
Lamborghini.
No. I'll pull it up in the.
Lamborghini.
He's being really difficult.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. He's rich. He actually can afford a Lamborghini.
Yeah, you know
so I don't know
what? He
people
chose
can afford
violence while all of us are shoveling snow. He's got Nate coming to his house.
I feel great.
Yeah,
I'm
he feels great.
energized.
My arm's sore. I'm tired from
me and the whole boys, we watched Nate plow. We said, boys, look at that. Look at Nate go.
You sound like my fiance. She
It was
watched
great.
me. She
You
said,
got to
"Good
teach
job."
them boys how to
I
work.
said, Nate works so hard, doesn't he?
Them poor boys.
This is capitalism. I pay Nate, and he does the job. Amazing.
Them boys gonna go to school and be like, "Wait, you shovel? Your dad shovels? Your mom's out there? You don't have a Nate?
Yeah. Where's Nate?
Send them to private school. 'Cause public school, they're gonna get ate up, gobbled up."
So if you haven't come with any ideas,
I just gave you one.
what was that one?
It was Lambeau Field.
No, Ron and McKee gave that one.
Well,
I'm not letting you take credit.
Good minds think alike.
You want to be associated with Ron and McKee?
If Ron and McKee also came up with that, then yes, I will be associated with Ron and McKee.
How dope would it be though if it was
Lamb Fam?
Lambeau Field at Quick Trip Stadium, and they legitimately had like little fill up stations that are Quick Trip food.
That would be
for
cool,
the
but
Quick Trip price.
That makes a good point because in the
they would never do
Northeast
that.
Florida area or Florida in general, the Quick Trip equivalent is a gas station called Wawa. W-A-W-A.
Oh, Wawa's so good.
There
Wawa's
also
so
is,
good.
there also is a Quick Trip that with a Q.
Cute, yeah.
But imagine then you've never been to a Wawa and
Who
someone in
cares?
LA is here in Wawa Stadium. You'd be like, what the heck?
Well, maybe it allows for Quick Trip to expand. Maybe they want to
Maybe.
go like Culver's
Maybe.
went national. Maybe they
Quick
want to go
Trip versus
national.
Wawa.
I don't know. I think I came up with some really good ones.
Those are good ones.
Save big money at Menards Field. Little wordy, but I like it.
Like real
Save
talk.
big money at
if it's a
Menards.
Wisconsin-based company, I think it actually enhances.
It's like saying Piggly Wiggly shop the pig and save Field.
No, I'm who wouldn't be saying it? Welcome here to Lambeau Field that save big money at Menards Stadium. That's great marketing. Great marketing. And Menards is, I think they're regional as well. But I'm telling you, they could go national.
So now we're forcing businesses in Wisconsin to go national just to
expand.
name Lambeau Field.
They need it's capitalizing on this marketing opportunity. Ed Policy, get the list, and I want my little cut.
Pfizer Forum, really.
Pfizer is an international company.
I understand that, but
Did you know what Pfizer was before Pfizer?
I still don't know what they do. Jeff and West Bend, what do you got on the Carbless Talking text line?
Even if they didn't necessarily pick up awards.
What the heck? Jeff, now you're up. Oh, Stroph's having a bad day, Jeff. Now you're up.
All right. Local companies, Packerland Field.
Packerland doesn't have the money, but I do like,
Oh, you know they financials at Packerland? I seen them trucks. How you know they financials, they fiscal situation? I hope somebody from Packerland is listening. I hope y'all, to spite Ben Brust, I hope y'all get the name it right.
I would be thrilled. It just probably wouldn't be the best ROI.
Oh, Palermo's Pizza Palace, Lambeau Field at Palermo's Pizza Palace.
That's good.
I like that one.
How
How
about giving a nod to the geography, Fleet Farm Stadium around
Fleet.
farms, or Farm and Fleet?
You know, it was a beef,
little
right?
competition, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they split up. The family split.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, yeah. Beef. Blaine's.
Well, Blaine's
Ooh.
and
How about another one, Kyle, that you and I think is very bougie and luxury? Sendex Field.
Ooh!
Everyone gets a red bag of their Packer gear walking in.
The bougiest stadium in America,
That'd
baby.
be bougie.
Yeah,
Green
Green Bay, bougiest city in the world.
It will be the bougiest stadium. Everybody want that red bag. Oh, my gosh. I got a red bag today.
Oh, look at you. I'm jealous.
People in Madison don't even have Sendex.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Unlucky. They don't understand what they're missing out on. I'm sure they got something good out there.
Now I want Lambeau Field named. I want it named.
I can't wait to hear what it is.
No,
named.
it's gonna.
Everyone's
going to
be upset no matter what.
Yeah, he dropped the nugget out there. When people drop nuggets out there,
that's how you know they're already negotiating.
Yeah, it's pretty. Well,
Put on the poll, Stro.
You think that's soon?
Would you buy stock if Ed Policy did another stock sale?
Ooh.
I'll vote. I'll vote it again for my
You
children.
double down?
For my children.
You think they'd rather just have the money?
No, they'd rather have the
You're telling me they'd
that
rather
is
have a
the
piece of
problem with
paper
y'all.
than $250 each into their
You
future
know-
529s for college?
When I go to the bathroom at
What?
our wonderful, just let me finish at the Tundra Trio. When I go to the bathroom, every time I go into the bathroom, I see this old picture of like a stock, and then also I see a season ticket letter, and I read it every time I'm using the bathroom in there, and I say, look at that history. Gentlemen, one day we'll be old, and one day we may not be here, but guess what? That stock that I got in 2012, guess what my kids and my grandkids are gonna say? My pawpaw bought that in 2012. It is 2082.
Hey, Papa, how come this thing isn't worth anything of 30 years of investment?
It's a memory.
I just came up with a brilliant idea to get money quick for the Green Bay Packers. There's 155,000 people on the waiting list for season tickets. You make them all to be on the list, pay $100 a year to stay on the list. That'd be $15 million a year. $100 to stay on the list.
That's crazy.
Is it crazy?
That was no more crazy than a fake piece of paper.
That's a good point.
No, I'm a shareholder. They're just paying to be on the waiting list.
Yeah.
I'm actually a sub.
What influence do you have on the Green Bay Packers?
I get to vote on the board of directors. What you mean? What influence do I have? That's what I have a vote. I have a voice. Do you get to vote, Ben? Didn't think so. Brad? Stro?
Wait, you vote on who is on the board of directors?
We vote for who we want to reaffirm
They
for
give
a
you
term.
the names.
There-
though.
yeah.
They say
There's
these are the people that you can vote
There's
for.
25 people on the Packers board of directors. Name two.
Well, I just met one a couple weeks ago. The thing Gilbert Brown didn't come to. There was a brother who was on the board of directors.
And what was his name?
Yeah, huh?
Couldn't remember.
Look how
Isn't
much
George
power that
Kuntz
piece of
on the
paper.
board?
He is.
I don't know how I know. I saw that somewhere.
Yeah.
George Kuntz.
He
Great. Packer,
he
great.
recently got on the board. I don't know how.
You didn't vote for him?
No.
Oh, wow. You're going to do it to George?
Leroy Butler also on the board.
I didn't know Leroy was on the board.
Powerful.
I don't think this is the board I get to vote for. I don't remember Leroy's name being on that.
Mark Scoggin on the board.
Don't know that guy.
He founded Festival Foods.
Oh, wow.
Oh, powerful.
You've got an Aaron's on the board, Daniel Aaron's from the Aaron's Company.
Yeah, movers and shakers.
Kyle, so glad you're putting
Bill Jarts, voice of Lambeau Field, is on the board.
Oh, I just met Bill. I didn't know he was on the board.
He's also the PA announcer, yep.
I did not know that.
Are you going to bow
guy.
down to him next time you see him
Well,
now
I
with your
should've-
piece of paper that you have? That
What
makes
does
you,
the board do?
I should have paid more attention.
What does the board do? Select the president?
They don't select crap.
They represent, from an organizational standpoint, the only publicly owned franchise.
This is just a lot of words.
The committee directs corporate management, approve major capital expenditures, establishes broad policy, and monitors management's performance in conducting the business and affairs of the corporation.
I get to vote on who gets to do that.
A lot of power there.
You didn't know a single name.
Okay, just because I don't remember the names doesn't mean I don't get to vote. Do you remember everybody you ever voted for in every election?
Yes.
No, now you lying.
Now he's lying.
Now, you know how many?
Everybody? Probably not.
Thank you. See, well, why lie about it at first, Alexander?
Well, I thought you meant more so the major election.
Right now we're at a lie every segment for Alex
really
Stro.
is. Why do you lie like this?
We're going to see if he lies coming up next.
That wasn't necessarily a lie.
No, it was an
more
unnecessary lie. It was a lie. I said, do you remember everybody you vote for? Yes.
Well,
No.
all the major elections, of course I do.
No, but the thing is,
governor, president,
no, we're not
senators.
I said every election, buddy.
So I guess
Buddy.
I'm not. Do not buddy me.
What are you going to do about it? 95 pounds?
Right. I've seen you with t-shirt and shorts on. You don't scare me.
Oh, no, we broke Alex Strofe. We'll be back.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
And that Alex Strofe, you look like you had something to say.
Bro!
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Don't miss a moment of the basketball tournament action this March at 3rd Street Market Hall, home to your one-stop must-stop viewing destination. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 20 locally owned food vendors, a 30 self-serve beer wall, over 50 HD TVs, plus game day specials. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your downtown home for basketball this March.
Heck yeah! It's ESPN Wisconsin's Alex Stro for my friends at Robert Hack Diamonds. Listen, when it came to buying an engagement ring for my now fiance, I had no idea what I was doing, which is why I went to the team at Robert Hack. I heard her say words like radiant cut and solitaire. But to be real honest, I didn't really know what that meant. So I wrote it down, I brought it to the team at Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, and they knocked it out of the park. It's true, if you've never been through this process before, the team at Robert Hack are absolute experts. 3 locations in the Milwaukee area, 1 in Greenfield, Brookfield South, and Brookfield North. If you're looking to take the next step like I did, and your girlfriend maybe is posting things on her Pinterest page or is showing you pictures, bring it into Robert Hack. They'll do their best to duplicate a dream ring for her, just like they did for my fiance. Moral of the story, if you were like me and you want to start, you just don't really know where, the answer's clear. Visit one of the 3 Robert Hack locations in the Milwaukee area. Just like me, at the end, you'll say, heck yeah, with Robert Hack Diamonds. And RobertHackDiamonds.com, that's RobertHackDiamonds.com.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Homer here with a message about 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities, located on a serene setting along the Bark River on 300 gorgeous acres. 3 Pillars Senior Living Communities is a top-ranked full continuum community: active adult, independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing, and rehab. 3 Pillars, the hands-down choice for you or your loved one. Been there. Know people who live there. They love it. You gotta go to Dousman and see it in person. Get all the info on 3 Pillars at 3pillars.org.
Calling all seafood lovers, the Lobster Salad Sub is officially back at Cousin Subs. Fresh lobster mixed with our creamy signature mayo, topped with tomato and onion, served over crisp lettuce, and finished with a sprinkle of Old Bay. All on our fresh-baked Italian bread. It's a crave-worthy classic you can enjoy in store, online, or on the app, but only through April 5th. So catch it while you can. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Look around your office. Does it look like 1994 called and wants its lobby back?
Most brands just show up, often amongst outdated decor.
At Captivate Exhibits, ordinary space is the enemy. Beige walls, faded graphics, that motivational poster no one reads.
That's not culture, that's camouflage.
Captivate designs and build spaces that don't whisper, they speak. They spark conversations. People lean in.
Stop blending in and start captivating today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN. The poll is in the field. Put it up on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison Strophy. If Ed Policy and the Packers did another stock sale, would you buy it? 50-50 right now.
Crazy. What are you people doing? It's you two that are voting no. You're messing with the poll. Y'all
people
can't
are just
vote.
trying to be wise
You
with
can't
their
vote.
money. Like, wise decisions.
It's if you're a Packers fan, right?
I like to see the Packers do well. I would consider myself among the fans.
Nah. You had your chance. And Ben's he's not a Packers fan either, despite what Chicago Bears fans will believe. You voted no.
I don't need to explain that. I think
we're going to end up with over 100 votes. I'm sure of it. We'll see what the.
I just don't like y'all voting in it because y'all messing with the poll and the stats. Vote yes. I want to know.
Why do you want so badly?
I want why do you want to spend $500?
I want an opportunity.
Getting you to spend $5 on food is like pulling teeth.
Food is an investment in your body, but it also is a necessity.
Is it? I'm looking at the body.
My body, Stro, you better let him know. Stro, my body's starting to look good, is it not?
Yeah, tell him, Stro.
Oh, getting ready.
Stro, be honest.
Ready. He was lifting some good weight yesterday.
Yeah,
and then he said, no. And then he said, "Yeah, see these man boobies they always talking about aren't that bad, are they?"
Yeah.
So my constructive bullying of your man boobs is helping shape you.
Not at all. Actually, it was Stroh's weakness that actually made me say, "Boy, oh boy."
Yeah, revolutionary. People forget.
You know he is. I said, "Boy, I don't ever want to be that bad," and I found out I'm not that bad. No, so I'm good. So while you over here talking about my weight, I'm actually in a.
You just wait. I'm going to start a gym. And the gym is going to have multiple chains, and then I'm going to buy the naming rights to Lambeau Field.
All right.
What's your gym going to be called?
Planet Strophus.
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Might get
the Alex Strofe gym for people who have nothing going for them in life but want to do something with it.
Hey, you can't say I have nothing going for me in life. That's a little.
I didn't say that's what you had.
No, that was implied.
Just very inviting.
Is the
based off how you were lifting?
Is the theory of your gym, the business model, to humiliate somehow someone coming in? So that they feel like they're at a low and they're like, you know what?
No. They just walk in and look at Strofe and be like, oh, if this guy can do it?
Route that you took.
Well, right.
When you walk in, you see videos of Strofe on the combine on loop.
Everybody needs a wake-up call every once in a while. And I had one, and that will make me a multi-billionaire so I can buy the naming rights to Lambeau Field.
I don't know how big the wake-up call was. It's a wake-up call to be in the gym, but you're not like, are you still taking your creatine?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I didn't yesterday.
Why?
But I do before every workout.
Okay.
But I came to work first, and then I just didn't. But I had a protein shake when I got home.
Okay. Look at you getting thick. All right.
Yeah. Can we see you with your when can we see you with your shirt off?
You can see me with my shirt off right now.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Hot stuff.
Don't put the camera on now.
YouTube, Adios. Turn the light on. Get it bright in there.
Why are you getting so excited to see a man strip? What's wrong with you?
Full screen.
Can I put this on the stream?
This is crazy.
Absolutely.
Ben is like chomping at the bit to look at
Stroh's confidence has me very intrigued.
I want to see this body. It's he's got like surgeries and.
Wait,
what are you doing?
We're putting clothes back on. He's not ready.
Ben hasn't earned it yet.
Oh wow!
Nah, he's scared what the audience will do with it.
Do you have a scar on your heart?
I have a scar on my back. They went through my back for my heart surgery.
Went through your back?
Yeah, so my left shoulder blade got popped out when they did my heart surgery. So it's on my back left shoulder.
That's why he moved the way he do. His whole left arm can't move. That's why he looked
You really are Strovis because Jarvis is like bionic, right?
I guess
that's the opposite.
He becomes that.
I'm bionic.
Anyways,
yeah,
this stock sale for my future seed will be great.
See, how many are you going to buy?
I just one. They'll share it.
They're gonna share it.
What happens when they all leave the house and they want to frame it in their bathroom? Like
the one will take
trio.
The oldest will take mine, and the youngest will take.
I guess you could photocopy it.
Something, yeah. There you go, Brad. There you go, an original. They won't know.
You're actually gonna do this?
Yeah. If money's right,
because you know it's going
if
to
the
happen
money's
again.
right.
I mean, hey, I could talk a big game now, but once kids come, it might be a whole different story.
What's the okay? That's too much for us.
Y'all want to be real?
Yeah,
500 is pretty steep. I think 500 might be the most I would do. I would prefer 250.
Listen up.
When was the last one done?
250 in 2012.
It was 2012.
It was. It was after they won the Super Bowl. I want to say. It might have been
striking while the iron's hot.
It might have been
14 years later.
It might have been.
What's the
2011 if it wasn't
$250 in 2012?
What do you think the value of it goes up per year? Like is it like the stock market 10%?
I hope not. Because then I would definitely
$350 is what the equivalent of what $250 is in 2026.
We'll do that.
What are you laughing about back there, Strofe?
I received a text from our boss that said, "Please do not take your shirt off."
Why? You can take your shirt off if you want.
Wait a minute. Weren't
we gonna maybe do a show
shirtless?
That was the conversation off air, KBN Nation.
Oh, boy. These guys are defiant today, aren't they, Stro?
Yeah.
Brad?
When did we get so damn
what
soft?
happened to Brad today?
I don't know.
I feel great.
Brad,
Ben's not surprising. What happened
He
to
doesn't
Brad?
know. He said mowed my driveway. That's how you don't know nothing about
What's going on in the damn world?
He said, yeah.
I've got tons of energy.
He called and they said, hey, Nate, we ain't going to be over here to mow this driveway. I don't.
I did. I said, better be before noon, Nate. Better be before noon.
What else? What? What's big?
Stro, send a VMix link.
Brad,
doing it from the estate.
Brad is on one today. What a good day for Bradley.
I'm jealous.
It's one of those days, boys.
I mean, you should have played in the NBA. You had your chance. You should have been working on that jumper a little bit more.
That wouldn't have helped. I just wish I was born 10 years later and I could have been making lots of money in college right now.
That's true. Talk to your parents about that one.
Life screwed me. Can't wait to be at the bar in 20 years. Man, I could have had millions and millions of dollars. Could have been that guy.
You know what's wild about it? You really could have.
Yeah, I know.
That is wild.
That's crazy. Like, he's not even like.
Because I think like a specialist and a major, I think they might make like $75K, maybe $100K if you're really good. But Ben would have made a lot of money.
I don't want to talk about it. We're back in 2 minutes.
You asked and Carbless delivered. The fan favorite grapefruit flavor now has its own 4-pack all to itself. That bold, bright, perfectly balanced citrus taste that you've been pulling from the variety pack, it's now front and center in 4 cans, 1 box. Crisp, refreshing, not too sweet, and nothing else has changed. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, just 100 calories and gluten-free. Clean ingredients and big flavor. Always no compromises. Grab the new Carbless grapefruit 4-pack wherever you get your Carbless and find a location near you at drinkcarbless.com. Carbless, bold flavor in every sip.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. March is that time of year when a lot of us are thinking about fresh starts and maybe even getting a tax refund. And instead of spending that money on something temporary, what if you invested it in something that improves your home for decades? Universal Windows Direct makes that decision easy. Right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit. The more you upgrade, the more you save. Plus, you'll get 24 months with no payments and no interest. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free estimate today.
Let's celebrate Milwaukee. Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sale is on. This month, we're celebrating with anniversary savings on over 1,400 cars, trucks, and SUVs. Payments as low as $250 a month. Financing as low as 0%. Plus, 2 years of included maintenance on us. The Ewald Automotive Group's 62-year anniversary sales event. This month only at every Ewald location. Go to EwaldAuto.com.
Select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on ESPN Wisconsin. Here's Kyle Wallace, Ben Brust, and Brad Nortman.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stro is running the show. You, KBN Nation, as always, you can get in the show at 800-990-3776, the Carbless Talk and Text line. We're on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. It's been a little bit since, we had a little rush of different things happening for the Green Bay Packers. They get a kick returner, or inside linebacker, Javon Hargrave. Is Goody meeting your expectations?
Don't disrespect my boy.
They signed a $3 million guaranteeing corner.
Yeah. Played a third of the snaps last year.
At a very high level. Continue on.
Is he... So here's how I want to ask this. Is he surpassing your expectations? Not is he meeting it. Is he surpassing your expectations? Goody, that is. 800-990-3776.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with y'all real quick. I mean, it might sound like my expectations are too low, but I think he did what we wanted him to do this offseason in the sense of
surpass.
Yes, he surpassed it in the sense of this. I didn't know exactly how he was going to be creative because remember before, we were laughing and joking about after he's done with free agency, how many players are going to be over 30, 1.5 at the line. And boy, we missed huge with that. And so for me, when I look at what he's able to do is the main goal should be finishing ball games. And how do you finish ball games? You get a team that is able to be cool, calm, and collected in the big moments. Guys who can rise to the occasion, guys who have a level of maturity. And by bringing in guys who have been there, done that, or guys who are more mature football players, that actually excels, lifts this Green Bay Packers team up. So that's why when I look at this offseason, he actually surpassed my expectations because before we're like, well, they're cash strapped. What are they going to be able to do? And they were able to get creative. You lost your starting linebacker for the last 4 years, and you replaced him with somebody who's probably going to be better. You moved on from Rashawn Gary, a guy who you gave a big contract, been on this team. He was on this team for 8 seasons. And what did you do? You brought in somebody who is better in Javon Hargrave, who's actually had more success in the NFL.
Not the same position.
Well, it's not the same position, but he had more sacks from the inside than Rashawn Gary has been able to have being a quote-unquote rush in. So when you talk about this team get better, Nate Hobbs didn't contribute whatsoever. So you can joke about a guy playing the third of the snaps and not, he only played a third of the snaps. Well, yeah, he only played a third of the snaps, but he excelled at those third of the snaps. If Nate Hobbs was as good as Benjamin St. Juste was last year, then Nate Hobbs would still be on this roster. So when I look at this roster and how he constructed it, yes, it surpassed my expectations because we didn't know what to expect, and he found a way to make the defense actually better than what it was last year.
Yeah, he exceeded my expectations, particularly in one area. Not with, talent. I don't think it's this team, Micah Parsons trade, holy cow, Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs. There was no major needle-moving move like that. That's wow, that equates to, Super Bowl or bust. However, You mentioned it, the creativity by which he addressed needs. This team was pretty immature, pretty inexperienced, and then went out and got some veterans in Zaire Franklin and Javon Hargrave. The uniqueness in how he's going to go fill a role, right? I didn't foresee a trade, to trade Colby Wooden for Zaire Franklin. That was a surprise to me. I didn't think that he was going to do that. The willingness to say, you know what? I'm realizing maybe the error of my ways. Maybe someone being over 30 is the way to go because we did the over-under. Over-under 1.5 30-year-old guys, non-specialist, starting this season for the Green Bay Packers. And we're going to have 2 and new additions at that in Hargrave and Franklin. So I think he is willing to push himself outside of the comfort zone, his own personal comfort zone, in how he put it together. I still have concerns. I'm not sure this team's a complete Super Bowl roster, but I'm sitting here surprised, and my expectations were Goody's just going to do more of the same. You can't say this is more of the same, particularly with getting the old guys.
Yeah, I would say he made work with what he could actually
and there wasn't a ton of options.
So if you look at it from that standpoint, I think he did a good job. But the biggest thing is because of the misses he had in 2025, he strapped himself in 2026 to a point where we're now saying he's met his expectations based off what he could do, which is kind of his own fault in signing Aaron Banks to that massive deal that he had to restructure and guarantee him 2 more years on this team when a lot of people looked at his performance and him being injured, don't even know if he's going to be worth what they're even paying him with the restructured contract over the next 2 years. So he gets credit for what he did this year with the caveat of he maybe could have done more if he didn't miss so bad in free agency in 2020 heading into 2025. That being said, I don't know if it's enough for me to say this is the year that they're capitalizing on the window that they have to win a Super Bowl.
I disagree.
I understand you
disagree. I think the moves they did help them capitalize. Think about it. The thing we complained about.
They got a bunch of guys. They didn't get studs. They didn't get studs across the board.
You got one of the best punt returners / kick returners in the NFL last year, who also has 2 Super Bowls that he's played in. So that's a little bit of experience. Now he wasn't a star.
He makes them better. He doesn't make them a Super Bowl.
But he having a great return specialist definitely makes this team better, and it puts them in a better situation and position. If you have a better special teams person, maybe you have shorter fields in the second half against the Chicago Bears that you don't have to deal with getting the ball at your 20 or 25 where you stall out. Maybe you have a guy that's able to break one. That can change the whole momentum of the game, and you're not talking about how the Packers blew a lead. If you have Javon Hargrave out there, maybe he's able to sack the quarterback and actually bring him down, unlike Lucas Van Ness make that strip, maybe Hargrave makes the strip and recovers the fumble.
Now we're
some
now
big
we're
situationalists.
But these are. But
now
again,
we're changing history with a player making a play for someone who made a play.
But that's the thing is that Javon Hargrave has more. He is going to put the Packers in a better opportunity to have more plays like that consistently made. That's why so many teams have brought him in over the last couple of years. That's why you bring in a guy like Micah Parsons. So this is why when I look at this roster and what they were able to do, yes, they didn't make any big, huge splash moves like a Micah Parsons. Those rarely do happen, but they made really good roster building moves. It takes the full 53-man roster to win a Super Bowl, and based off what Goody did, he put this team in a better direction than what they were. I believe that the Packers are a better team today than what they were when they lost to the Chicago Bears.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far. I think the uncertainty, well, maybe that playoff team, because you had Tucker Kraft injured, you had Micah Parsons injured, Zach Tom injured. Are you assuming those guys are coming back fully healthy?
What we keep skipping over is, like, you say it takes a whole 53. What about the offensive line makes you feel confident heading in next year that they're better than they were last year?
Again, the offensive line is a problem, but the whole point of being...
You got a lot of butts.
When it comes to the offensive line, but the whole point of being a young player in the NFL is all about development. And when you look at Aaron Banks, he was hurt last year, and we're going to see if he's going to be the guy we paid him to be. But if Aaron Banks...
We graded the offensive line, and all four of them were average except Zach Tom.
Exactly, but 3 of the 5 of them have room to grow. Sean Ryan at center has room to grow.
It's not the time to grow; it's the time to cash in.
That's the position that you're in when you're talking about
because
guys
of Goody's picks and because of his signings.
Yeah, I mean, again, we don't know what we're going to get out of Jordan Morgan, but if he grows and he gets better, then that's a point. That's going in the right direction for this Packers team. Same thing with Anthony Belton. So when you ask me about the offensive line, there's so many question marks. Could it go in a negative way? Absolutely, but could it go in a positive way? Yes. And I choose to be on the optimistic side versus the pessimistic side. There's nothing about this Green Bay Packers organization other than winning a Super Bowl to make me not optimistic that guys are going to get better.
It doesn't have to be optimistic or pessimistic. It could just be realistic, which I know you can't look
realistically looking at it, the Green Bay Packers
realistically looking at it, I'm Kyle Wallace, and I'm optimistic.
No, they're the most consistent team in the NFC North in the last 20 years, and they're one of the most consistent teams in the NFC.
Consistent at not winning the division and putting themselves in a spot where they have to go on the road in the playoffs.
The last 20 years has not been. I said the last 20 years.
Well, why are we using the last 20 years when you have Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love as the duo that you're watching?
What NFC North team has made the playoffs?
It's not about
the Aaron. We just said consistency.
No, it's just not about the Aaron Rodgers and Favre era. It's about looking at the Love LaFleur era.
During the Love and LaFleur era, name another team in the NFC North that has made the playoffs more than Jordan Love. Name a quarterback.
What does that matter if you want to win a Super Bowl?
Okay, but again, they continue.
You're a bites at the apple guy. That's what you are. Well, you love bites at the apple.
Because one day you'll eat that whole apple, and that's my hope.
You've been waiting for 15 years. Well, again, you've had a lot of bites. And you still feel very hungry.
We had a changeover.
And you're starting to act hangry right now.
No, I'm not hangry right now. I'm just saying is that when you talk
I'm not hangry.
Consistency. Getting in the playoffs is a big thing. Yes, do I want this team to win the NFC North? Absolutely. And I think this year is going to be the year that they break through. But when I look at the last 3 years, there's only one coach and there's only one quarterback that has made the playoffs every single year in the NFC North. And that coach is right here in Green Bay, and that quarterback is right here in Green Bay.
With the offensive line, and this is where it comes back to Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. Has Matt LaFleur earned your trust? Because you're talking about developing offensive line. Has he earned your trust to develop the O-line and or develop a game plan around maybe a below average offensive line?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I am disappointed with the way the season ended in 2024 where the offensive line was decimated and they fell apart in the playoff game. And then last year they just could not find a level of consistency that they needed. So I do have doubts. But when you look at the larger grand scheme of things of his entire time here, I should trust Matt LaFleur. So I can't be a palmy and a prisoner of the moment and not look at his entire resume of when he was a coach here and how the offensive line has performed throughout his tenure being a Green Bay Packers coach.
Yeah. That's where I'm just a little bit
offensive line in the playoffs is where you got to look because we know what he can do in the regular season as a coach.
Offensive line was cooking in the first half last week or against the Bears.
How did that work when you talked about them beating the Bears for 56 minutes?
Dude, they folded like a damn lawn chair. I don't know what happened. It
really was.
It was awful.
I know
it was terrible.
I know all offseason we can't just say, man, that was crazy. But that really was crazy. That second half was just a disaster. Disaster.
I couldn't have scripted it. It was terrible. It was terrible. And again, that's why I do have my apprehensions about putting my stamp of approval on the offensive line, but it's a proven thing. But literally
when do we get to have Kyle put his stamp next to the offensive line? Through how many weeks?
Through the first 5 weeks of the season, we will know what direction
we'll get the stamp from Kyle.
Because
important first month.
Because it's the Green Bay Packers, so they're not going to have an easy first 5 weeks. They're going to have some marquee game probably to open up the season against a team that made.
But that's what you want. You want to see what they're made of.
Exactly. So I'll be able to see early what these guys have. So that's why I said throughout the first 5 weeks, I'll be able to know what this offensive line is whether or not they're going to be the Achilles heel once again, or whether or not they'll be a position that we can trust, or whether it's a position of strength. I doubt it's a position of strength, but I do believe they will be a
Packers
position
Bears opening up the season.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
That would be so fun.
At a little at Indiana Stadium.
Yeah.
Indiana Stadium.
Soldier Field, future team of Indiana.
They should be forced to call it Indiana Stadium.
Yeah, it should be.
Brought to you by Visit Indiana.
Yes.
Yeah. At Soldier Field.
At Soldier Field.
But no, again, so when I look down this roster, though, there's literally two position groups that I am only saying, okay, we need a little bit more. The cornerback position and offensive line position. Other than that, I feel good. Even the D-line where it's at now, I feel confident with the D-line.
Jason Wilde is going to join us next on the Yuengling Hotline to break down if Kyle's being too optimistic or not. Next.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I text Greg Scalzo, and I say, Greg, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late to work. I'm caught in an international conspiracy.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, now that we can see all the lanes, we are now starting to see other crashes happening. On the ramp, for example, from Locust to 43 southbound, a car up into the embankment. Then we've also got one on 894 southbound right at Greenfield Avenue, the right lane blocked there. Also one on northbound 43 at Mequon Road in Ozaukee County. That one has the left lane closed. And then one more on 41 northbound, right where 41 and 45 split off. It is off on the right shoulder. Traffic is brought to you by the Neal Group. John Neal and his team know how to minimize your taxes to keep more money in your pocket. Visit nealgroup.net to learn more. That's nealgroup.net. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, patchy, blowing snow, gradual clearing. It'll be cold with a low of 7 with a wind chill of 0 to 10 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 22. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Milwaukee, this is the night you don't want to miss. Thanalysis Live is back. March 27th at the Riverside Theater in downtown Milwaukee. You never know who's going to step on stage. Thanalysis has shocked the crowd in past years with surprise appearances by Giannis and Stephen A. Smith. This year, Ric Flair headlines Thanalysis Live. The WWE legend, the Hall of Famer, the Nature Boy. You know there will be plenty of surprises. Friday night, March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Lock in your tickets now. TALiveshow.com. That's TALiveshow.com.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Feeling lucky? Then roll into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee this March for Lucky Rollers. Every Thursday, we're giving away over $70,000 in prizes. Play with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries, and you can roll out with $550 in reward play. Or get lucky and win your share of $16,000 in cash. Lucky Rollers, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick. Your email said you had a big surprise. Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring.
They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that?
Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for. Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. Evermore, just $998.
Or $1498 with 1 carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night So for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
He was not taken out of context. He said the whole thing.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I don't think that means much, though. Like, it very rarely happens.
Holding everybody accountable.
They need to be more mature.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Joining us now on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, you heard the big voice man, is Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these various stations. See his stuff on channel3000.com. Jason, what's going on?
Not much, guys. How are you?
Oh, you know, Kyle wants a local Wisconsin company to do the naming rights, to make sure it doesn't lose too much of the local feel if this does happen to go that direction. What do you make of Ed Policy talking about the financials this early in his presidency?
Well, we talked about it in June with him, and I can't figure out if this private equity thing is a major threat to the Packers or kind of a boogeyman that they can use to explain why they have to keep raising the ticket prices and why your beer is so expensive, etc. The NFL has allowed private equity into the mix. So if let's say Ben Brust owns the Packers, God help us all. And
Brad's my CFO.
And wants to raise capital. Well, hey, you could do a lot worse than that. That is for sure. And he probably, given his previous life before he gave it all up to hang out with you two, he could probably explain it better than I. But I think the example that Mike Florio used in his story was that Stephen Ross, the Dolphins are valued at $12.5 billion.
That is correct.
So he can offer up 1%. And Brad, how much is that?
$125 million.
Is that not insane?
It is, Jason, but my question would be, what is Stephen Ross doing with the money? It's not like he's raising that to then funnel back into the Dolphins. It's a cash out to me because you can't change the salary cap. These stadiums are funded heavily by public funding, even maybe outside of the Rams. But my Panthers and Jaguars just went through this, and they're raising taxes on local areas to fund it. So that was my take, is policy, not to cut you off, but I just did.
No, good. I'm glad you did.
It just seemed like your second explanation made the most sense to me. It seemed like it was a great opportunity to do that because I don't see teams selling off slivers to then do things to benefit the franchise specifically.
Yeah, I feel much better now that someone as smart as you is on board with this, because I was trying not to be the all is well, remain calm, this is not a big deal. But I have heard this private equity stuff brought up repeatedly now, and to your point, and I brought this up to Tausch. This is kind of an old school reference from early in my career, but the Packers under Bob Harlan, they had an amazing older fella named John Underwood, who was really wicked smart and incredible business savvy. He was their treasurer, and I always have a ton of respect for people, and Brad, you do this whenever I ask you a financial question. People that can take complicated things, Doc McKenzie does this all the time when I have a medical question, and explain it in a way that a dumb sports writer like me can understand it. And what John Underwood used to talk about in terms of what would allow the Packers to succeed despite being the smallest market in professional sports was what he would call a three-legged stool. So one leg is revenue sharing through the NFL. And obviously every team makes, or at least almost every team, I don't know what Jerry Jones is bringing in, but almost every team, their biggest income is from their split of the TV revenue, right? And the revenue sharing that comes from those billions upon billions of dollars that the TV networks pay.
Brad called that billionaire socialism.
Billionaire socialism, yep. And we discussed, just from what I could find, that accounts for roughly 60% of all teams' revenue. So it's the lion's share.
Yeah. And so that's part one of the three-legged stool. Part two is the salary cap. Like, if the Packers were in Major League Baseball, they might not be around anymore, right? That salary cap is so vital to allowing the playing field to be level. Right now, some teams don't spend their money the same way. All those variables exist. But the bottom line is that Stephen Ross can't sell 1% of his $12.5 billion organization, take in $125 million, and then take it and put it right into the salaries of the players so they can pay for better players. Can't do it, because that's why we have a salary cap. And then the third part is local revenue, and that's the one that varies from team to team, and that's the one that the Packers, if they'd have just stayed in the old, corrugated green metal stadium that they first were in when I started covering the team, and they'd been in since 1957 when they moved there from City Stadium, then they'd be in a world of hurt, because their their local income, local revenue would be poor. So again, I don't want to poo-poo this, because it goes beyond my level of intelligence to say that this is a nothing burger. But it does feel a little bit like, posturing to try and make sure that all these billionaires are able to get some extra cash, and teams like the Packers can keep driving up the price. That was how I viewed it, and I'm open to being told that I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Jason Wilde is joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, now officially in Wisconsin. G.J. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Jason, one last thing on the whole finances portion of this. This is where I got stuck. Finance and economics really don't play into our football decision making right now, and it's my job to ensure that it never does. Given the pace that expenses have accelerated, if we find ourselves falling behind, it's going to be really hard to catch up. The one part about this that you mentioned, the salary cap, is fixed, and the investment is the investment. Is he saying that if the expenses outside of the salary cap continue, they might not be able to spend the salary cap?
Yeah, I saw that same quote and wondered the same thing, and I think Mike Florio made an argument that this is maybe part of their bigger picture of the NFL trying to drive down the salary cap, because look, when I started covering the team, which I know was eons
can we take
ago,
a guess what the salary cap was?
Oh, sure. I may get it wrong, but I think I know what it was.
What year again?
96, 97?
My first year was 1996.
$89 million?
Yeah, I was thinking like 88, 85 million.
Brad, you can't look it up.
I'm looking information on this, not the salary cap, but the TV. I'm going to come back to it.
I think you just busted him, didn't you?
No, I wasn't looking at the salary cap. I'm going to go with 75.
It was significantly less than that.
Oh, I was only 50?
Less than that.
45?
Less than that.
30?
40.7.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Is that not insane?
Those guys weren't, I guess we thought they was rich, but they weren't rich. These dudes now is rich.
Now, again, Stro, being the smart guy that he is, can certainly go into now, convert that into $26, what $40 million is today, and be able to tell me, okay, well, if it had just risen with that at the rate of inflation or whatever, the salary cap would be this much. Obviously, they have been incredibly successful, right? And that's why
that would be the equivalent of $95 million in 26.
Yeah. So think about that. So $95 million, and we're at $301 million, right? So it is triple what it would be if we had just stayed the same and just raised it with the level of inflation. So they've been incredibly successful as a league, but owners, you know what owners like? They like money, and they don't want to give as much to the players as they have to give. So they're always trying to get it back. Brad, were you an NFLPA rep?
I never was. It always felt like NFLPA reps were a target on their back, so to speak. You had to do things that were not fun to do up the flagpole.
Oh, Zaire Franklin, he took that on with pride for the Packers.
Honestly, most NFL guys they're in their 30s, NFLPA guys.
So they're closer to the end, is what you're saying.
Yes,
so they're a little less afraid of the the circumstance.
More educated on it, and maybe more knowledge on it. Just to answer your question and what Ben brought up, the 2024 seasons, this has gone up since then. Every team received $432 million from just the TV rights. Salary cap was $255. So every team gets $432. Then you pay all the players, and you still have $177 million left over. And that's just the TV deals. That's not local revenue. That's not any of that. That's not the jerseys.
Gambling partners.
Yep. So the NFL teams have plenty of money. Plenty of money.
Yeah.
Huh. All right. Well, Jason. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I was just okay. So when the tickets keep going up, it's okay if you're frustrated by it as a fan.
Yeah, they should be. But Jason, we were talking yesterday on Sunday Karma, 10 a.m. to noon every single Sunday, and I got the vibe that you don't think this Packers team is much better today than what they were on January 10th to the loss of the Bears. Why is that?
Yeah, I love Craig, but I think he's crazy on this. Like, I wouldn't go so far as to say they're like significantly worse, but you guys have heard me say how many times how good I thought they were if Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons don't get hurt, right? The problem with that is that there's risk in every single game, and their offensive line was, and I understand they didn't have Zach Tom, but to me, their offensive line is a real concern, like a legit concern. Not anything against any feelings I have for Jordan Morgan, but Jordan Morgan to this point has not proven himself as a left tackle in the NFL, right? What are the positions that get paid in the NFL? Quarterback, edge rusher, left tackle. And then what? Is corner fourth? And then wide receivers fifth, maybe? I mean, your left tackle better be damn good. And maybe Jordan Morgan is. He walked in saying, I want to be the left tackle here. And then they said, that's cute. You're going to play right guard. You're going to play right tackle. You're going to play left guard. You ain't going to play left tackle. You haven't been good enough. Now it's his chance to show that he is a good enough player that they can trust him to keep Jordan Love from getting obliterated. If Jordan Love has injury issues this season, they no longer have, in my opinion, the best backup in football. You can say Mac Jones, I guess, but Mac Jones is like a guy that started a ton of games. Like Malik Willis is a backup quarterback that's now getting a chance to be a starter. So I just think they need to hit on some really good draft picks that are going to help them right away. Like an Evan Williams helped them right away, like a Edgerrin Cooper helped them right away. But I don't like their corners. I don't like their offensive line. I don't like their tight ends beyond Tucker Kraft. I think we saw that. They brought back Josh Wiley, who's fine.
Did he get hurt?
But
no,
he did get hurt. Fitzpatrick tore his Achilles, but Wiley had a concussion and missed a game. I mean, Quay Walker, no one on this panel thinks Quay Walker is star-spangled awesome. But, they're going outside of Goody's comfort zone to go and get guys to be 30-year-old guys that are going to fill in holes. what happened? Let's just say this, and I don't think this is going to happen, because I think Hargrave made the most sense, as I told you guys last week, of possibly any signing in the league. Okay, but I was reading some stuff from 49ers writers who had a much less positive view of his time in the Bay Area. What if he tore his triceps one of his years with the 49ers? He played 3 games. How good do you feel about their defensive line right now with what they have? Like, by the way, Kingsley Enagbare, to me, is a very sneaky bad loss for them. Like, I liked him better than Rashawn Gary. I'm fine with them trading Rashawn Gary, but I would have still liked to have seen, JJ the Jet Plane still on the roster. So you guys, where is this improvement? Where do we see them being better than last year?
You got to talk to Kyle for this one.
Well, my question is,
No, don't ask. Say what you feel.
No. When I look at it, I do think Zaire Franklin's going to be an upgrade, just overall football IQ in the middle of the field, and him being able to help set up the defense. I think St. Juice is going to be a better corner than what we got in Nate Hobbs. I don't know if he can be a full-time starter, but based off limited stats last year, he was the best corner when it came to playing cover.
And he would have got more snaps if he was that good.
No, but I don't know exactly what the situation is out that way, right? And so some of these positions, I feel like what you already talked about, Javon Hargrave and Sky Moore as well. I just feel like they didn't lose much, but I think they brought in pieces that can really elevate this team in a way that make them honestly finish games better, be a little bit more mature, the issues that they had. This team's not far off, and I think they brought in some pieces to help them get over the hump. And I'm with you. I do agree that they need a cornerback. That's why that should be the number 1 target in the draft this year. But I do believe that this team took a step in the right direction with who they brought in, the acquisitions, without losing much.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what their draft looks like, who can help them right away without a first-round pick. But it feels to me like there's a lot of cross your fingers and hope. Cross your fingers and hope that Hargrave at age 33, which you don't like signing guys to that age, stays healthy and productive. Cross your fingers and hope that a corner who can come in and play right away is there with your second-round pick. Again, you guys know I bring this up all the time. Brad Nortman's voice is in my head, man. And sometimes it's telling me, hey, maybe you should use that snowblower instead of shoveling. Other times the voice is saying, this is a huge offseason for Goody, or whatever that promo is that we run over and over and over again. Because I agree with Brad. And so far, like, based on what has left versus what he's added, St. Juice, Franklin, and Hargrave, and Sky Moore, who was good for the 49ers, but there was a reason why the Chiefs didn't want him anymore. I don't know which Sky Moore we got here, right? So when I look at where they're at, I have more apprehension than overconfidence.
Well, Jason, we really appreciate the time on the Yuengling Guest Hotline. We look forward to talking to you on Thursday, all right?
All right, boys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, host of Wilde and Tausch, 9 to noon across these very stations. I think there's a lot to dive in there from Jason. We'll hit a little response, and as Kyle will keep saying the word hope over and over again for the next 6 months. Next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman.
These hands are not made for fixing anything in a house. I'll make a phone call, and I'm cheap, but I ain't that cheap. I got my guys. Got my handyman. Shout out to Chris. Under the table.
Just like that, dude's getting audited now.
Yeah.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, some of the earlier accidents have been cleared up, but we do have another one in Sheboygan County on 43 northbound, right at the ramp from Highway 28. The left lane is blocked. We have a jackknife semi that is blocking that left lane, and part of the truck is actually in the median. So just give yourself some time to get past that. We also have a crash on the ramp from Locust to southbound 43 and one on 894 southbound at Greenfield Avenue with the right lane blocked there. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit geistdoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And check out the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, patchy blowing snow, gradual clearing, cold though, with a low of 7 above, with a wind chill of 0 to 10 below. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 22. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
The tournament is here, and Total Wine & More is your slam dunk headquarters. Whether you're cheering courtside from your couch with crisp craft beers, smooth cabs, or refreshing seltzers, we've got the perfect lineup to keep your watch party winning. And just like your bracket, we've got a lineup full of contenders. Whether you're picking favorites or going for bold upsets, our friendly guides will help you find amazing drinks for every matchup. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is ready to slip someone into a green jacket. The next tournament of the season's here, and there's $1,000 in cash prizes. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, inviting you to a two-man scramble at Georgia Golf Club, all played on Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's spacious, state-of-the-art simulators. Sign up now at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. It's just $120 per team, and all teams must compete their round by March 31st. Who's walking away with the cash, and who's earning that green jacket?
Spring is here, and living with your old, drafty, foggy, dirty, hard-to-open, bad windows is no longer an option. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Looking up at the Marquette banners, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Number 24 retired, honoring George Thompson. Too bad he didn't wear 40. He was Marquette's all-time leading scorer for 40 years, and he played only 3 seasons. Al McGuire said it best. Everything at Marquette changed after George Thompson, a high school superstar in the New York City area, came here. And years later, Shaka Smart added, for those that weren't around in 1969, George Thompson, the original Dwayne Wade. Your business is unique, and your health plan should be too. At United Healthcare, our group health plans are built for you and your employees. Whether you're running a small startup or managing a large enterprise, we offer solutions designed to fit your needs, your goals, and your budget. Explore your options today at uhc.com/Wisconsin. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliates. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or their affiliates. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin, Inc.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Big thanks to Jason Wilde for joining us. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Alex Stro is running the show. Get us on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776. This is more. Bradley, did you want to add anything? Because you did some extra research while we were talking about ed policy, diving into the finances, not wanting to fall behind the league.
Yeah, I was more convinced my stance is correct the more I heard Jason, because when you hear about those 3 pillars that former treasurer underneath Bob Harlan focused on, revenue share, salary cap, local revenue, all are very healthy. All are very healthy for the Green Bay Packers. And, that's why it just seems like a weird battle to fight when the Green Bay Packers tout themselves as a publicly funded, publicly owned team, which is true. And that's really cool. And that's really unique in sports. But it also makes it harder to say we're going to increase ticket prices by 11%. And hey, make sure you don't sell your tickets now. Make sure you don't sell your tickets.
I'm glad you said that part, because
all these restrictions,
the raising prices, but then we can remove your season tickets at any point possible with a deposit that people have to put in to even get season tickets, that they take that deposit and use for the stadiums and don't give you a return on investment for your deposit. They just use that, and it's
That's what a deposit is.
I
You'll get it back if you withdraw, or if you get your tickets and it goes towards it.
I guess.
But again, with the community feel, it just feels like crap.
It's a business.
So now
the
it's
Packers
a business.
use the community angle when they want, and they use the business angle when they want.
They're
which
just
is a little
they're
bit frustrating.
toying with you, Kyle.
It's a good balancing act because the Packers don't nickel and dime us like they should, to be honest. And when you look at it, I believe Ed Policy even said for how popular the Green Bay Packers are and where they place themselves with average price a ticket, the Packers could be top 5 in how much a ticket cost. Well, probably not top 5 because we're not LA. They could definitely be like top 10. Yeah, they could definitely easily be top 10. And the Packers try to think about affordability for folks in the Green Bay area in the state of Wisconsin. But they can definitely, because you know how many fans? Because fans come from out of town are going to go to Lambeau Field. So I'm just saying, the Green Bay. So they do play a little bit like, oh, we're this local community where they ask the city for money. But at the end of the day, they are still a community-based type team. But they're also a business and they need to make money. His job is to make sure that the books aren't just balanced; is that they have as much money in the reserves as possible. That is his job.
I get that, and it is unique that Green Bay, Wisconsin, can have a major NFL franchise. The franchise, it is different than any other city and any other franchise in the world, really, but it seems weird when the Packers try to flex, when they try to make excuses for raising prices and things like that, but then also on the other side talk about community and shareholder owned and all that kind of stuff. For anyone that's concerned about the Ed Policy
Are you
comments,
about to drop your email?
No, absolutely not. Thank you. I love you, KBN Nation, but I will not do that. I would say rest.
I think you'd find it on our
rest
website.
easy. They could find my Good Karma Brands email. Rest easy at night, knowing the Packers are in great shape. They are not at a disadvantage financially. They're going to be in Wisconsin for a very, very, very long time. The NFL is powerful. The NFL can do what it wants to do. If the NFL said, the other owner said, you know what, we're moving Green Bay. We're moving them. They can do that. I mean, yes, you can get the bylaws of the Packers and things like that. But the NFL is powerful. The other owners are powerful. It benefits the NFL that there is sort of a relatability aspect of the Green Bay Packers. It helps you reach the common man, right? So I think that the NFL doesn't want to come off as this big billionaires club. The Green Bay Packers do them a solid by seeing like they're really down to earth and really for the common man, which I think is beneficial. So it benefits the NFL. The Packers are in Green Bay. They're financially more
Jerry
than
Jones
fine.
is definitely for the common man. Look at what he's given the Green Bay Packers over the last 365 days.
He really is. But it's funny that Brad says they don't want to come off as a big billionaires club. That's exactly what they are.
They are exactly. That's what they are.
They are the biggest. The NFL is the biggest scam out there as possible when it comes to them acting like. Cause aren't they? Are they still registered as like a nonprofit organization or something like that? Or they changed legal?
I don't know. I like how the NFL specifically is.
Yeah, the NFL specifically.
The NFL specifically, I believe, is not like profit motive, but all the individual franchise underneath it can be.
They were tax exempt until 2015. So
that's a long time to be tax exempt. That's a long time.
They said
league office.
Where we're going, everything's not going to be 501(c)(3).
Exactly. We cannot sell that any longer.
Stro, you should go work for the NFL.
I know a couple people at the NFL.
You can help me out?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You're trying to get rid of
I know
me?
a couple people that are like this.
Trying to get you paid.
Nah, he's going to get paid one day. Stroke's having a rough go at it today.
Why?
Look at him. He look all sad and quiet.
Maybe it's because
you'd be the ideas guy for the NFL.
I'd be good at that.
Yeah, he would be.
Yeah, I think it's because there's videos resurfacing of Alex Stroh.
We should play a game Wednesday of Thanksgiving week.
Now that's thinking right there.
They already came out with that idea.
Can you imagine Stroh living in New York City?
No.
I'd be a good New York guy. What are you talking about? I'm upbeat. I'm fast. I walk fast. I don't walk slow like the people in New York, so they wouldn't get irritated at me.
They'd give you a shoulder, and he would fly into the street, and then a taxi cab would hit him, and then we'd lose him.
You're a little
this
bit
isn't Boston. This is New York. There's a little bit of a difference, isn't there?
No, you're a little bit too nice for New York. That's a lot of bit too nice.
That's just out east, yeah.
But you would love being outside.
He'd be walking, and someone would like accidentally bump it and be like, "Hey, why'd you do that?" And they'd be like, "Bleep off."
Yeah, I can see
that's how I talk.
I can see Stroh's joy being a negative in New York. Wipe that smile off your face. A lot of that.
That's very.
Isn't that more Boston?
No, New York's pretty rough.
It's northeast.
Aren't you a big New York guy? Don't you like going?
I
there?
love visiting New York.
It is great.
I love visiting.
It's Alex Stroh, the big New Yorker.
It's fun to visit New York when you know people with money.
It's a very expensive city.
Which is why you go with Brad.
Yeah.
Stay at the nice places.
Nice places, nice restaurants.
Stro, you've done a lot of stuff that just can't stay out of my social media timeline. Two things are just popping up.
Oh, this is why he's been sad all day.
I know.
He knew this was coming.
Yep.
You just can't shake it.
No, this is good. This is a good thing. What are you talking about?
The outward confidence does not reach the inward. I feel like
nice sentence,
reaching
Ben.
for the
really
world.
Good, really good stuff there.
And then he's gonna take it out on me. I love it. Yes, he's doing great.
The inward
This is all good.
insecurities, concerns, worries,
the insecurities,
trepidation,
decay.
He's showing the big broad shoulders.
Decay. Yeah.
But deep down inside, he's just breaking down.
I have a question. You've known me for a long time. Have I ever once, have I often come out, yeah, good save. Have I often ever come out as insecure, come off as insecure?
Yes.
Often?
Recently.
Yeah, recently.
The last 2 months, I've seen a lot more insecurity than I've ever seen out of you.
Well, the wake-up call didn't help.
It's not just the wake-up call.
I was a little insecure around the wake-up call.
What's the wake-up call for those who missed it?
That would be the combine. I don't think anybody missed it, Ben.
No. You didn't lift 95. Just see, this is how I know you're insecure. Is you won't own the fact that you couldn't lift 95 pounds.
I'm insecure about that. Yes.
So yes, recently you've been very insecure.
But I would say otherwise.
He's cope. This is cope.
What we're about to talk about has nothing to do with my physical ability. It has something to do with my content, which is great.
We'll find out if it's great next.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN.
If his butts are candies and nuts, we could have a party.
See, I
you
got
were
nuts.
way off.
I said if and butts were penis and nuts, and then I didn't know the rest.
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
The Island Resort and Casino is the Midwest's premier resort destination, giving guests the total experience with a luxury hotel, full-service spa, live lounge and headline entertainment, multiple dining options, and more, all surrounding a lively Vegas-style casino. And atop many a golfer's bucket list are the island's 2 championship courses, Sweetgrass and Sage Run. When we say your total experience, we mean it. Plan your getaway today at islandresortandcasino.com.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through March 22nd, our listeners can get 40% off all Iron Jock hoodies with the code HOODIE40. That's HOODIE 40. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Wisconsin homes ask a lot of their windows and doors. With our unpredictable weather, they need to perform in every season, year after year. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we build everything around quality, durability, and long-term comfort. And right now, we're making long-term comfort easier than ever. Order today and get 0% interest until 2032. Not just a few years, 0% interest all the way until 2032. That means you can upgrade your home now and pay over time without paying a dime in interest. From your free in-home consultation to expert installation, Pella's local team is with you every step of the way, helping you choose the right products for your home, your style, and your budget. And with our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident long after installation day. 0% interest until 2032. Set your free on-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 3/31/2026.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 5 locations in the Milwaukee area. At Johnson Fitness and Wellness, you'll find top-rated treadmills, strength equipment, ellipticals, bikes, and more, all guided by certified fitness experts who match the right equipment to your goals, space, and budget. And with white glove delivery and installation, plus flexible financing options, you can build your home gym with confidence. Visit one of their stores today or online at johnsonfitness.com.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophy running the show. Next thing you know, I start my morning and Bears fans love to hold on to things.
Bro, they love Kyle Brust and Nortman.
They sure do.
They really
and
love
Alex
the show.
Strofe. There was a video made of him after the combine that I found in my DMs thinking it was me. Again, this is like the 5th time that something embarrassing Strofe has done.
Oh, did somebody say something to you?
Yeah, you little bleep, like you can't lift this, and it was sent to me. I was like, golly!
Do we look alike?
No, we're just white and we're from Wisconsin. Or live in Wisconsin.
And look very much like Strofe.
Oh, shut
up.
I am taller than him.
Shut up, Kyle.
I'm just saying again, y'all.
I will head to the tanning salon if I look like that.
Hey, twin.
What's up, twin?
New bit, not best friends, but twins now.
Alex Strofe, my best friend.
And then his Loveland thing's going viral again.
So with the 10th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
So they go tight end, but it's not Tyler Warren.
I'm glad they did that.
Wow. That is so good.
I like that. I like that. I was more afraid of Tyler Warren than Colston.
I was too.
I was too.
Such a diabolical laugh.
So Kyle gets no heat from this video because luckily you're like hidden in the camera, so they can't really see you talking.
I mean, I stand by what I said.
Strofe is zoomed in on, and Bears fans made a whole clip of that, and then Colston Loveland highlights against the Packers.
Well, he was the one. I wasn't laughing like that.
It's a good laugh.
Strofe was doing it.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
You know what's even funnier? This is now the second time in 3 weeks their quarterback has shared a piece of me.
No way.
Caleb Williams retweeted this today.
What?
Wow. It's the top thing on his Twitter page
Do you feel bullied? Do you need to donate another $10?
I don't feel bullied. I feel like I'm living rent-free. My quarterback's out training and getting better for the upcoming season. This dude's on the internet all day retweeting things about me.
Wow.
Rent-free, baby.
That's power
Packers
right there.
ownership coming back without a doubt. First place schedule and a motivated
Alex
Jordan
Strofe,
Love.
I own you. I still.
I will say Caleb is a little bit. The fact that he retweeted this is like, all right, Caleb.
It's crazy. Maybe one.
The young Gen Zs are different. You know that, Kyle.
You want to know the thing he retweeted right before this, Kyle?
What?
He tweeted, "Thank God they made Pinterest."
Oh, goodness.
Come on.
No, that's not real.
It says, "Whoever made Pinterest, thank you."
I'm just going to say, these.
What he retweeted right before that.
Hang on, we're making fun of Caleb Williams. We're going to get clipped.
I just read it. I'm just telling you what was said.
If they don't. If
Strofe is making fun of Caleb Williams again. Clip him.
He's bullying me.
If they don't make the playoffs next year, they're going to implode. They don't know. They're
going to hear from that big old bad Alex Strofe. I'll tell you that much.
He's bullying me.
We're back in 2 minutes.
Roads are still partially covered with snow, so you do want to be extra careful out there, but it is getting better. We do have a crash on 894 southbound at Greenfield Avenue. The right lane is blocked right there. We've also got a crash in Sheboygan Falls. It's on 43 northbound right at the ramp from Highway 28. The left lane is blocked with a jackknife semi. And no matter where you go, even though visibility has improved quite a bit, we do want to be extra careful. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, patchy blowing snow, gradual clearing, cold with a low of 7 above, wind chills of 0 to 10 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 22. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart, 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts. We are the home for all your Bucks coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. The 414 Hour on KBN is brought to you by Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's leader in Pella window installation. Looking for new windows, siding, roof, and doors? Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
It's the 414 Hour at 4 on KBN.
414
on a
414
snow
414
day.
414
Get the
414
shovel in the 414 build a snowman in the 414.
Okay, that's enough. Ben,
I'm Elsa, baby, frozen.
It is Storm Elsa, isn't it?
Is it?
It's Winter Storm Elsa.
Oh, wow. Look at me not knowing that I was really playing on words like that.
You sounded like Mac Miller.
Ben Brust, Brad Nortman, Alex Stro, friend of the show. I think Frank Kaminsky's going to be joining us moving forward once a week.
Oh, wow.
Let's go.
Your real best friend.
He was my best man.
Who was your best man?
Greg.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You were there.
That's right. I forgot.
Which blossomed out of
it was
radio.
just, he was
But I would just say, if that wedding was this summer, it'd be me.
I'd say
Absolutely not.
that friendship blossomed out of a radio show.
This time I actually would invite you to the wedding.
Was Frank your best friend when you graduated from college?
No.
Or was it Josh?
It was Josh.
Oh.
We're roommates for 3 years.
Does Frank
same
know
age.
you're not his best friend?
Yes.
Who's Frank's best friend?
He's got a lot of high school friends from Bennett,
Are you
he's
jealous?
stuck up private school.
Yeah.
Ben doesn't.
I don't have any friends from high school, and I'm fine with that. It's great.
I'm cool. I'm great. It really is. Like, I don't
bother
care.
you at all.
Doesn't bother me at all. Nobody likes me.
Mid-30s, you're bringing it up again.
What do you
doesn't
think?
bother you.
What do they say about
all
you?
the time.
What do you think they say about you? When they talk about,
you know what's funny is when I get Facebook memories.
Yeah,
I see a lot of high school people that I knew comment on like my Facebook posts when I that was kind of like one of the more main platforms at the time in 2012, 13, 14.
Yeah.
So like I'd post like Final Four selfie and like I get comments and I'd be like I don't like. I haven't
they
talked
just want
to you.
a piece of the jersey.
They want, they were jersey
want
chasing.
A piece of the jersey.
Or counterpoint, they were just happy for their classmate.
Yeah,
normal human emotion.
No.
What do you mean? Not?
They would have invited him to the parties, Stro.
No, I was invited to the parties. I didn't go.
Okay, yeah,
Why?
you sound like Stro now.
This is the truth. Like there was guilt by association. Even if you didn't drink at the party.
I mean, that's true.
If you got caught, I wasn't risking
Every party had alcohol?
Yes.
That's true.
Yes. I wasn't risking my athletic career to go to a basement.
Never mind. I'm gonna go.
And there was people that got caught on a football team. So I was like, I ain't doing any of this.
Okay, good for you. Good. Hey, all kids listening, Ben Brust may not be that bright, but he made a great decision. You should all follow.
I was sheltered and smart back in the day.
Smart.
Wise. Wise.
Yeah, you were sheltered and you made a good decision.
A good decision.
A good decision.
You give me more than that.
I can't speak on the other ones now.
It led me to the opportunity to tell you why I'm so damn confident in the Badgers getting to the Sweet 16. Woo!
Let's go.
There you go. And I'm serious when I say that. Like, this is the most confident I've felt about a team, and keyword team, going into the NCAA tournament. Seed aside, right? I know the Badgers were a 3 seed, but that was the Tanjay show. And if it wasn't Tanjay, it literally took him putting the team on his back to make it a game against BYU. Whereas you have multiple scoring threats on this Badger team where if Boyd's not playing well, Blackwell can pick him up. Carrington came off the bench and hit 9 threes one game. Nolan Winter likely will be coming back. You're going to need his size. Rapp off the bench had an absolute amazing stretch against Michigan, which was so fun to watch. He's got it in him. And that's what you need. Again, defined roles. They have defined roles, and I love teams with defined roles. That's big for me when you head in March, so nobody is trying to figure out, should I be doing this, should I be doing that? You know what you're out there to do. You know what to execute. You know, no matter who's on the other side, when you walk into a game knowing what you're supposed to do, and if you do your job, you're going to likely help your team win. That's what I'm starting to see and feel. That's what I felt in my senior year versus junior year when we beat teams. Like, we had to play perfect defensively. Otherwise, we could definitely have an off shooting night. When it was my senior year, when we had Trayvon Jackson, myself, Josh Gosser, Sam Decker, Frank Kaminsky, Nigel Hayes off the bench, Bronson Kane, and Dougie Dukin. Like, everyone knew when Bronson came in the game for Trey, he had the ability to go off and score and make some shots, make some individual plays. Nigel played more in the post his freshman year. He'd come in, go to the foul line, maybe hit down a mid-range jump shot. Obviously, you could play through Frank, and he could do all those different things. Sam was going to slash and be athletic and give a different dynamic to this team. Gosser would guard the best player, hit timely threes. Trey would always dominate the ball late in the shot clock. Like, I would guard either a shooter or a bad ball handler that couldn't score or a big that couldn't shoot because I wasn't going to guard the best player. Like, everyone had a role. And that's what I've seen from this Badger team the last 3 months develop. Whereas I watch, I'm like, all right, I know what to expect from each person every single game. And that's becoming even more clear this past month than it did even when they started winning a lot of games against Michigan and Illinois in that stretch too. I saw it in the Big Ten tournament, where I was like, yes, this is good. You're starting to see each player understand what it takes for them to be successful as a team.
I'm with you completely, Ben. I think this is the year they make the Sweet 16. When this team has lost games to lesser opponents, 'cause that's what it seems like is the theme, right? They play up, they've got unbelievable big wins, but they've lost to lesser teams. What happens to this Wisconsin Badger squad when they drop a game they shouldn't, as I'm thinking about Thursday playing High Point? Or is it so earlier in the season that teams evolve and they're not incomparable?
I think they've evolved past that. Plus, when you have on the selection show Clark Kellogg saying, I like High Point over the Badgers, I think there is sort of that, like, all right, we're not, after all the teams we've beat, you think we're just a classic 5-12 upset? That's what I see in Nick Boyd, the point guard. He's kind of got that, like, good crazy. He's got, I guarantee if he plays Darius Acuff, who I think is the best player in NCAA basketball and should be a top 3 pick. I think he's that good. No, despite the fact that he's a smaller guard and he may not project, he is a baller. Guess who thinks he's better than him?
Boyd.
And that's what I love. That's what I love. And is he? Probably not. No, definitely not. I know he's not. But that's the type of mentality you want from a senior who's literally playing for kind of like their big legacy moment, because he's probably not going to play in the NBA. He's not.
But what I love about this is when I look at what Greg Gard has been able to do back-to-back years. I mean, last year he was a very good player, right, for his team. But overall this year he has just absolutely taken over for the Wisconsin Badgers, where he is an exceptional player to the point that you just shared, that the head coach from Illinois even said that I'm just glad I don't have to play him. And when we look at this matchup against High Point has 0 quad 1 or quad 2 wins. The Wisconsin Badgers, I mean, yeah, they had some rough losses early in the year, but their only 2 non-quad 1 losses were against Oregon and against Southern California, but USC. But other than that, the Badgers are basically taking care of teams of lesser ability. So
they dropped some bad ones. They were trying to find their way, and again, this team is playing like a 3 seed. I will continue to say that they're playing like a 3 seed, playing a 12 seed, and I expect them to show. Even though people are, I brought up Frank Kaminsky for a reason. Is he's tweeting the committee's against us? They're biased towards Wisconsin. Look, if the Badgers took care of TCU or Villanova and didn't drop Oregon or USC, they would have been in an area where you're not traveling so far. When you're a 5 seed, you don't get to choose. You don't get the luxury of them picking sites that are close to you. Like when we were a 2 seed my senior year, we were in Milwaukee. If we were a 5 seed, doesn't mean we were going to be in Milwaukee. We were a 5 seed when we went to play Syracuse in the Sweet 16, but guess where we started? New Mexico. Like, when you don't have the top 10 to 12 seeds overall, a 1, 2, or 3, you're not just going to get an amazing draw. You have to earn that. That's why you see in those first and second rounds, Duke's playing in South Carolina, very close to where they're at, where their fans can get there. You earn that. And so whether you're in Oregon or whatever, you just the chips are for everyone now. High Point's traveling, Arkansas is traveling, everyone's traveling.
Probably even further than
and I actually think Badger fans will probably have the most support of all the teams.
He's saying y'all broke down there in Arkansas. That's what he's saying.
Aren't they? Isn't that what?
I don't think they're very wealthy down in Arkansas. I think that's where Walmart's from.
Outside of Walmart, I'm not sure there's a lot thriving, but Walmart's something.
So again, I just don't like the narrative of like the committee's against us. Yes, they had great wins, but throughout the whole season, they had opportunities that slipped away from them. So you're not going to get the perfect situation. And not everyone does. Everyone looks at their team and is like, we got screwed. Yeah. Everyone does that. And the best teams just take care of business because that's what they are doing right now.
Yeah, and when it comes to this Greg Gard new system, right? I want this system to be validated. I want this team to make the Sweet 16 because I want them to be validated. I love this idea of Greg Gard being able to develop some guys that he gets, right? Maybe some in-state recruits or whoever else he brings up through the system. But every year, having an upperclassman transfer that Greg Gard sort of has the Midas touch on, right? You see it with Tanjay. Now you see it with Boyd. Blackwell's taking
Believe it or not, you can say it with Store because he picked Store out of St. John's, and even though he was a detriment at the end counting his cash at Kansas, somehow he's still playing at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, that's right.
Yeah, and they're out of the tournament done. They made a run in the CC tournament, lost the semis. The point is, you build that foundation and you get some tournament success, you may even attract a couple more.
Mm-hmm.
May attract more donors that are willing to give you more money because they like what you're building.
I mean, if you can heck, if you now can find a way to bring in another big or legit big and have a guard and a big, then the Badgers are really cooking with something. But really quickly, side note, so we talked about how Arkansas probably can't travel that well. 5th poorest state in the country. Brokies.
Oh.
Very much so brokies.
So you don't expect the Razorbacks to make it to Oregon?
No, very few.
Not for the basketball team. Yeah. It'd be different if it was the
Walmart
team.
private jets might go there, but I'm not sure the common man.
You think they bringing the poor on that private jet? Them dusty ass roads. They don't want that dirt on their plane. They'd be disgusted. No, crazy. Yeah, I didn't realize they were that broke, but I knew they was broke. I couldn't live in a poor state like that. I couldn't. I've driven through Arkansas, Alabama. It just feels dusty and dirty. You laugh all you want. It's different.
I've been to the South, but I can't say I've driven through the South.
Yeah, there are some areas you take a turn. So when we moved from Charlotte to Jacksonville,
you drive the U-Haul.
So whatever reason, I got a U-Haul, I packed it up, and I drove it, and it should be a really easy way down to major expressways. There's huge construction on the day I get the U-Haul, so I basically can't go the normal highway route. I have to cut it off, kind of do a diagonal. It took me through rural South Carolina. And let me tell you, I was rolling through some stop signs. Because I was like, this is... I've never seen anything like this before.
Did you see shack houses?
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't think that was real.
Bro.
In America.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. I remember
this in the South America.
Grenada, Mississippi is where my family from the South. I got some family members down there. And when my great aunt passed away, well known in the community, she had like a police escort as part of that. And we was going through community. I said, Mama, is that a shack house? What is that? What is that? Just I couldn't believe people live like that.
Crazy.
That wouldn't be me. God bless Wisconsin.
There's another time, speaking of taking turns, you shouldn't have taken a turn. One time we were driving back from Charlotte late night on a weekend. We said, we're going to go the whole way, Lexi and I, and we turned off too early in Chicago. We ended up in South Chicago at like 11:30 at night.
You'll be all right.
It was a little scary.
Just don't go to Old Block.
A little scary. Old Block? Where's Old Block?
Old Block.
Old Block.
Yeah, I ain't going to talk too much about that because I don't.
Oprah, right?
That's right.
I just said don't go there. That's all I know.
I wasn't listening.
You're familiar with that, though, in Chicago?
Why don't you tell us about your friends?
Oh, I absolutely love my friends at Universal Windows Direct. And I'm telling you, if you've been opening your energy bill lately and you thought there has to be a better way, well, you're probably right. Drafty, outdated windows can quietly drain your wallet month after month. And I know it was windy. I don't know about y'all. It was extremely windy last night and the night before. But guess what? My bedroom, my bathrooms, my guest room, it all felt very comfortable. TV room, I'm sitting there watching TV, felt very comfortable. Why? It's because of my brand new windows from Universal Windows Direct. If you felt like your house was about to blow over, your windows were allowing too much cold air in, then maybe you need to call my friends at Universal Windows Direct. And I promise you, you will love what the results are. They make it so easy with their buy one, get one free. Yes, you buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and there's no limit when you upgrade with Universal Windows Direct. Plus, you'll get 24 months with no payments and no interest. And on top of that, they'll give you $500 off your next home improvement project. Why wait? Call them today at 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
The Packers are open to changing Lambeau Field to Kyle?
Save big money at Menards. Lambeau Field Stadium.
Next.
This is Kyle, Brust Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably. I just complimented you. What the hell?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Roads are still partially covered with snow, so you do want to be extra careful out there, but it is getting better. We do have a crash on 894 southbound at Greenfield Avenue. The right lane is blocked right there. We've also got a crash in Sheboygan Falls. It's on 43 northbound right at the ramp from Highway 28. The left lane is blocked with a jackknife semi. And no matter where you go, even though visibility has improved quite a bit, we do want to be extra careful. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, patchy blowing snow, gradual clearing, cold with a low of 7 above, wind chills of 0 to 10 below. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 22. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Tired of waking up exhausted? That dad bod weighing you down? Let's get you back to the old you. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, your hormones could be out of balance. At Mentality, we'll dig into what's really going on, then build a personalized, science-backed plan using hormone therapy and peptide treatments to get your brain and your body back on track. So stop telling yourself you're just getting older. Book your appointment now at lowtusa.com. Right now, all new patient labs are covered in your treatment plan. That's a savings of $250. Go to lowtusa.com.
Grab the dial and crank it up, baby, because Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is spinning its Winning Hits collection. Over the next 3 months, you could win a share of over $1 million in prizes. On top of thousands in cash and reward play, you could win one of 3 new Ford vehicles in the grand finale drawings on March 27th. Just play with your rewards card to earn entries. Press play on the Winning Hits collection, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Wisconsin weather doesn't wait, and neither should you. At Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, we make upgrading your home simple. Right now, order today and get 0% interest until 2032. You heard me right. 0% interest all the way until 2032. Upgrade your windows and doors now and pay over time without paying interest. With our 10-year limited warranty, you can feel confident in your investment. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. 3/31/2026.
Why DIY your frozen pizza toppings when Screamin' Sicilian already went over the top for you? We're talking whole milk mozzarella, heaps of premium meats, a mountain of veggies. Screamin' Sicilian is frozen pizza stacked, no add-ons needed. Mamma mia! Screamin' Sicilian, so loaded with toppings, it's almost cheating. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section and taste what all the screamin' is about.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Let's go to the phone lines, 800-990-3776. That is the Carbless talking text line. List is more. Levi, you've been holding long enough. It's been 95 minutes. Welcome into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on the Carbless talking text line. What do you got, Levi?
Hey, guys.
Hey,
what
hey,
is
hey.
Okay. I had a thought. This is not going to happen for a brand name for Lambeau Field. This is a joke, but why would you call it like what your boss, Craig Harmer's doing, Good Karma Brand Stadium at Lambeau? It's just a thought.
We're too
big money for that.
That ain't happening.
If we doing a naming rights for Lambeau, then I do need a pay raise.
We need a lot more than a pay raise.
Yeah. Okay, let me tell you, these Sundays is fun, but boy, they free.
Joe and Baraboo, you're up on the Carbless talking text line. Mr. Joe.
Hey, Ben. Just curious. So obviously, John Blackwell was on the last 5 seed for the Badgers that lost to James Madison. I'm just curious for your experience after, you had the experience of, unfortunately coming up short against Ole Miss. Did that help you in the next few tournaments, getting by the first round matchup, or is it like a completely different experience and you can't really compare them?
It's a great question, Joe. It absolutely is something that sits with you, especially, it's a little bit different, right? I was a junior, and the seniors, there was like 3 seniors that played a lot of minutes, Mike Bruswich, Jared Berger, and Ryan Evans.
Oh, yeah.
So watching the seniors have to lose after we had been to 2 Sweet 16s my freshman, sophomore year, that sat ugly, especially after we beat Michigan in the quarterfinals of the Big Ten tournament. So we're 2-0 against the team that ended up going to the NCAA championship against Louisville. That was a 5 seed that didn't have a bye that went to the national championship game. Then we beat Indiana twice that year, once in the Big Ten tournament there in the semis. They were a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. So if people are looking at the Badgers at that point, they're thinking, oh my gosh, they're going to make a run. I thought we were going to make a run. And then we ran into a 12 seed in Ole Miss who won the SEC tournament. Now, I remember sitting in the locker room thinking, like, I can't have this be the way I go down, right? And so from a Blackwell standpoint, when you are as talented as he is, he tested the NBA waters, whether he is good enough. I don't know if he's projected to be, I don't think he is projected to be a first-round pick, but as he's getting towards his end of his career, him and Nolan Winter both came back to Wisconsin. So they experienced what it was like to taste the NCAA tournament. And now with Nick Boyd, with that Final Four experience that he had at SDSU, I think it just makes for a good combination of having that experience, having some guys that were on the team to feel the heartbreak of wanting to get to the next point that the Badgers haven't gotten to since 2017, that yes, they're going to remember that feeling and use it as motivation. You're not a competitor, and that's the good part about being a Badger fan, is as bad as it is that we want to be able to say, hey, we want to be more Sweet 16s. Obviously, Greg Gard wants that too. But if you don't get opportunities to get there, you don't have the opportunity to experience what it feels like. So now you bring an experience and have guys that stayed here after the loss. Put that all together with how they're playing, gives me the reason why I'm very optimistic about the outlook for this team in the future. Or in this tournament.
No, again, I like that. He was a young kid back when he made it to the Final Four, and now.
And you don't have to be shy about bringing up Ole Miss. You know, just it's part of the game.
I couldn't stand Marshall. It was one of those things where it was so entertaining, but he was annoying. Doing that little thing with his head, that hurt because it was 12-5, right?
That was 12-5. But again, if you look at all the even if you win an SEC tournament, I don't think you're seeing a 12 seed that's a Power 5 school anymore.
Yeah, I mean, but they were hot.
They were.
And Marshall Henderson was playing out of his mind. But they lost in the next round, didn't they?
They did to the 4. So that's what sucked is the 4 seed Kansas State lost to the 13 seed. So it was a 12-13.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So that even felt like an even bigger missed opportunity.
Man, I'm thinking about the runs that you guys had. You had Sweet 16. Obviously that year that
Ole Miss, and then Final Four, Sweet 16, Sweet 16.
That is just,
time to get it going again.
I mean, I forget how consistently good to great the Badger basketball team was.
Yeah, no, not only that.
It's been a while. I mean, it's been a while since I've had that.
Yeah, not only that, the football team was humming at the time, too. I thought
life was good.
It was the golden age. Good. I thought it was never going to end. Just like with the Packers, like when you have this level of success for this long, you just think, oh, my gosh, this is just what it is.
Keep happening.
Yeah, and then I was ready to fire Greg Gard when we didn't make the tournament. I was like, what is this? What is this?
I mean, there was that stat that only a handful of schools had a NCAA berth in the basketball pool or whatever, and a bowl game for the football team. And the Badgers had that for each basketball and football for like 2 decades.
Yeah, it was.
And now look at us now. Can't make a bowl game for the football team.
And we making excuses for a 4-win coach. That's crazy. How the mighty has fallen. Now we over here
excuses.
Saying, what do you, excuses?
Who's making excuses?
Everybody in that Wisconsin athletics program is making excuses for a 4-win team. Can you believe how bad that is? We're talking about 4 wins. 4 wins. I can't even fathom it. I like when I say 4, don't make. I was like, am I sure? Was it not 5 last year? No, it was 4.
If Greg Gard got fired,
really 2.
Yeah, for real though.
If Greg Gard got fired and they hired some hotshot coach, right? Like they hired Fickle, would have been the equivalent to Fickle's tenure? Is it like he got a 10 seed?
14 seed in the Big Ten tournament.
Dang.
Essentially playing on the first day.
Yeah.
Playing on Tuesday in a play-in game.
And losing.
That puts it in a great perspective.
That was the first year. And that was the first year.
This is the first year that every team was in it.
And the last 2 years.
They wouldn't have even made the Big Ten tournament.
They're getting bounced in the NIT early.
You don't make the NIT.
You're not even making the NIT.
5 and 7, you ain't going to the NIT. 6 and 6, you probably not going either, because usually the NIT is going to get some teams that are, 18.
Yeah, NIT is going to take all the 15, teams that are the first, 16 out.
Yeah.
And that's what Wisconsin was that one year. They didn't make the tournament, and then they had the great run that gave you some
why'd you
optimism.
ask that question? That's pain.
Crazy to put in perspective. That's irrelevant. That's embarrassing.
No, somebody should have asked, not Vic. They should have asked Mac that question so he had to answer it. So it would have been put in perspective for him for how bad this program has gotten. Yeah. Make them dance circles.
Feels more palpable for college basketball. You say, we just missed a bowl game. But it feels more, there's more like tears when it comes to college basketball.
Oh, my gosh. We just made it even worse because right now the goal is just to be 500. We wanted to win.
The goal is to make the NIT.
No. I'm talking about for Badger football.
Yeah.
We were trying to.
I think you're saying.
Yeah,
that.
like we're just hoping we can make the NIT. That's like we're hoping is the football equivalent.
Crazy. Like we brought a guy in here to compete for championships, and now we're hoping to be 500.
7-5.
No, they're hoping for 6-6.
Mason Posta said 9 wins on the jump around on ESPN Madison.
Good luck, kid.
The schedule's light.
Yeah, and here's the problem: is other teams are looking at Wisconsin saying the schedule's light. You can't be the sisters of the poor talking about everybody else. I'm just serious. You got to prove me wrong. And the kid's talented, but program's been pretty bad the last 4 years under Fick. Has it been 4 seasons?
This is his 4th.
Oh, 3 seasons. Jeez Louise, this feels like
It's been a long tenure. Long tenure.
I guess he started off. He came in. I was so excited when they won the bowl game with Jim Leonard, thinking, all right.
He shouldn't get. He gets credit for that win.
He sure does.
He shouldn't get credit for that win.
He sure
Jimmy
does.
Leonard should get credit for that win.
That was the best thing that happened during his tenure.
That was the high water mark.
It sure was. And they went down. They ain't won it. Then they lost the bowl game the year after. Boy.
Yes.
There's nothing to smile about when it comes to Badger football.
That's why we need this, Greg. Greg, we need this.
We were once a proud
Gregory Glengard, we need this. And I know you know this. And I know you feel your team is capable. I know that. Just can't wait to see it put into action come Thursday at 12:50 p.m. Central Time. Hack yeah, Stro?
Heck yeah, can't wait for Thursday. And I'll tell you what, I couldn't wait to get back to Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield, where I was on Saturday, getting the fiance's ring resized because they're the best. They can do everything in-house for us, and they've done it for nearly 80 years in the Milwaukee area. Wisconsin's most trusted name in diamonds for a reason. It's Robert Hack Diamonds, a location in Greenfield, 2 in Brookfield, 1 on the north side, 1 on the south side. Custom jewelry, if you're looking to take that next step like I did. Lab-grown, natural diamonds, they've got it all, and they will help you create that dream ring for your person, just like they did for my fiance. Whether they're posting it on their Pinterest page or they've shown you pictures or they've given you some details of what they want their ring to look like, Robert Hack can make it happen, and they'll make it happen better than anybody else because that's what they do. Just like me, you'll say heck yeah with the team at Robert Hack Diamonds or online at Robert Hack, HAACK, diamonds.com. That's roberthackdiamonds.com for Robert Hack Diamonds. Heck yeah!
Heck yeah, indeed. Wheel of Strove 3.0. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Things are moving along relatively well as far as any kind of delays in our area. We have one accident to deal with. It is on the ramp from eastbound 94 to northbound 43 in the Marquette. The right lane is blocked. It's a broken down vehicle there, so just give them a wide berth as you're making your way through there. Nothing is really blocked other than that right lane, but just, again, give them that wide berth. Travel is moving along well, even though we do still have partially covered roadways, so you do want to be careful, especially those side roads. Those are still going to be pretty slick out there. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, patchy blowing snow, gradual clearing. It'll be cold with a low of 7 above with a wind chill of 0 to 10 below. And then tomorrow, mostly sunny, a high of 22. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Spring is here, and living with your old, drafty, foggy, dirty, hard-to-open, bad windows is no longer an option. You deserve better windows and doors. At Siding Unlimited, we install top-of-the-line wood, vinyl, and fiberglass windows with options to fit your style, color, and design choices. Built for energy efficiency, installed by our professional craftsmen at Siding Unlimited. Siding Unlimited. Experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Visit sidingunlimited.com today.
At Associated Bank, we know it's not always fun thinking about saving. You know what is fun? Not thinking about it. That's why we call it automated savings. You save automatically. How much you want, how often you want, for whatever you want. And if you don't know how much to save, well, that's why we're here. We'll suggest an amount so you hit your target without ever thinking about it. See, saving can be fun, especially when it's automatic. At Associated Bank, we get you. That's why we've got you. Learn more at associatedbank.com/yougotthis. Member FDIC.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
Burkhardt Sporting Goods in New Berlin is the baseball lover's destination with a massive state-of-the-art indoor training facility featuring hit tracks with precision analytics, a huge open turf area, and all the best training equipment you need. So get in here and get ready to get better. And we'll help you with this special offer. Buy 20 batting cage credits for $30. That's 25% off. This is Brian Burkhardt, and if you love baseball and softball like we do, you can't beat Burkhardt. 153rd and National. If you plan on draining buzzer beaters, the place to start is Burkhardt, where you'll find a great selection of residential basketball hoops from the best brand, Gorilla. We'll handle the installation and take care of everything to make it easy from start to finish. And right now, when you buy from Burkhardt, standard hoop installation is half price. You can't beat that. This is Brian Burkhardt, and when you love basketball like we do, you can't beat Burkhardt.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time now to hear from Alex Stro, everyone's favorite time of the day. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across 94.5 ESPN, YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, at ESPN Madison, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. We'll have Brian Bulaga before the Homer Hour at 4:45, so don't go anywhere. It's time for the Wheel of Stro 3.0.
It's time for the
Wheel of Stro.
Another day, another week, another Buckaroonie here on the Wheel of Stro 3.0. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope everyone's having a terrific day. We've got a lot of things to talk about, so let's waste no more time.
Wheel of Stro. Great spin, Stro.
I was playing with that. Come on, Stro. Let's do it, man. I know our ass hurt. Let's go. Let's do it. You ready? Let's go. Let's go.
Brad,
go playing with them.
Go watch his push-ups.
All right,
please.
here we go.
Make sure he's going to do 10 good, man push-ups. Don't let those knees hit the ground. Alex Stro is attempting to do 10 push-ups. Oh, my gosh. Here's how I know that he's not ready for anything. When I watched the video stream back of him having the Wheel of Stro land on red, his face immediately went like this. I got to do push-ups.
He banged out 15? 15? The first 10
I wasn't counting. I feel good.
First 10 looks strong.
Yeah, dude. See, that's that Kyle Wallace workout plan right there. Look at him. He went through. I only did 10 because I thought that's all you're supposed to do.
He's hungry for it. Strove's hungry, man. He's going to get 95. He's going to get it.
See how just the wheel is.
Yeah, I can't
I'd love to see another
Wheel of Stro. 15 is the new standard now.
Do it, wheel. Do it, wheel.
Failure's not enough.
Do it, wheel.
One sentence.
Oh,
yeah.
Got rid of this
game.
I want to talk about the backup quarterback situation in Green Bay, A report over the weekend emerges from ESPN stating that the Packers are the team to watch when it comes to Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson.
Anthony Richardson, Malik Willis on steroids, baby! Exclamation mark.
Can you restructure rookie deals?
No.
Well,
period.
Well, he can. No, thank you. He gets paid like $4 million this year, doesn't he, or something? Or he's old,
bro. You want a backup, and you want to pay someone $2 million?
Bro, like, we've been able to get by with cheap backups.
So you just want to draft someone in the 5th round and call it a day?
We can probably
Sean Clifford 2.0.
No, you can find somebody. So
Bro, the Kenny Pickett's of the world are getting $4 or $5 million a year.
Revisionist history, boys.
Period.
Yeah.
You boys hated the Malik Willis trade.
Period.
Nobody thought it was going to work out the way it did.
Well, I was defending
I'm impressed
Malik.
the way it worked out, comma. I want to see that happen again, exclamation mark.
Well, Anthony Richardson cost too much money, period.
Okay, shut up about the money, man.
What you mean we was broke? Were we not broke a couple weeks ago, Brad? We didn't even have $4 million to spend.
Yeah, they can get
And now they're going to sell
creative.
stock. It doesn't count to the cap, I know.
I want a dude. Like Malik Willis was a dude.
Period.
Listen, whatever Matt LaFleur gets, he'll be able to coach up. Period.
You did
I like
with
that
Sean
sentence.
Clifford, period.
Yeah, but he's not looking for them to draft somebody.
Sean Clifford sucked.
Anthony Richardson had a 10.00 relative athletic score, period.
Sean Clifford sucked, period.
Baby, exclamation mark.
What was I just going to look up?
Period.
How much?
Question mark.
How much was Willis getting paid?
Oh, hundreds of thousands.
That's right.
Because he was like
a third-round draft pick.
Yes, hundreds of that. They make what, 800,000? Or so maybe he's making $1 million last year, something like that, 1 point something.
But some people have said Jordan Love is injury prone, comma, therefore requiring
comma,
backup.
parentheses, Kyle Wallace, therefore.
Important.
I stand 10 toes down. When the last time we didn't talk about who the backup quarterback was with?
So who do you want then? Question mark.
Well, I trust the process.
Oh, God.
That's not an answer.
That's lame.
I
don't want to pay for Anthony Richardson, but I'm going to trust the process because I trust everything
they're
blindly.
obviously not going to invest in a backup quarterback with spend a lot of money because they just don't do it. The Packers organization doesn't do it.
Or maybe they're going to see the value of it now.
There's a rookie quarterback that they'll draft and they'll develop. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
And you will fill in the blank if Jordan Love gets hurt and you have a rookie 5th-round draft pick quarterback in there.
I would feel confident in my coach to be able to devise a game plan to
with
be able to
the
execute.
offensive line that everyone's concerned about.
Just get a runner. Y'all know who I like.
Anthony Richardson?
No. My Arkansas quarterback.
Wheel of Stro.
Wheel of
Stro.
Taylor Green, baby.
Oh, prediction. This is a good one for this one.
Have we played prediction before?
Yeah.
Once or twice.
He said he wanted to get rid of it, and now we're still doing it.
I actually have a good topic for this one, fellas. So this morning, an article released, or a report released, that the NBA is already looking into potential expansion franchises in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Seattle, Washington. Brad, will it happen, and if so, when?
It will happen, and the first game in Vegas and Seattle will take place in 2030. 2030-2031 season.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit faster than that. So we're probably looking at 28, 29, or I guess 29, 30. So we're 2 seasons away from it. It's happening. They put it out in the atmosphere. They're going to add those 2 teams.
If Vegas is in the conversation, then it's happening. Baseball's going to be there. Football's going to be there. Basketball is going to be there. And hockey's going to be there.
That's so fun.
It's dangerous.
Why is it dangerous?
For them players to be out there for a night. Listen, chalk that up. They're going to win a lot of home games in Las Vegas.
I know.
A lot of home games. I mean, you go to Vegas, you do it for 2 days? Oh.
What
the players going out before the games?
What should we make of the rapid explosion of Las Vegas as a sports hub?
I love it.
Well, as sports
it's
gambling,
entertainment capital of the world.
As sports gambling became more acceptable, it was something that sports teams were no longer afraid
That's
of.
the key.
That still was wrong.
Acceptable?
There you go.
A little better,
Acceptable.
yeah.
Well, how
it just doesn't flow.
I don't know. Listen,
it's acceptable. Acceptable.
Acceptable?
Gambling
I
was
guess
the
the part I'm more asking about is less to do with the fact of it's a destination. People are there. People will go visit their visiting teams there. Do they have fans?
Doesn't matter.
Like
they know people. People fly there, and if you're just there and you don't even like the teams, you'd still go if you're a sports fan.
Are locals wrapping their arms around the Raiders?
Probably not, but
they don't care.
The nights they have because they were born there, and I imagine it would be the same thing.
Yeah,
with the
they're
NBA
averaging
team.
18,000 fans a night.
The Raiders in the Athletics can't be
Bro, the Las Vegas Athletics are going to be
That's going to be fire.
my AL team.
Well, I'm kind of.
Hey, I kind of like the Oakland team right
95 degrees every time they play.
Well, they have a roof though.
Yeah, come on now.
Yeah. It's like but they'll sell out because I think it only holds
the
less
Vegas
than
Athletics.
35,000.
If I was going to Vegas, like one of the things now becomes a destination is to see one of these sporting events. Like if you go for a weekend, let's go to an A's game. Let's go to a
Giving
game.
people new things to do in Vegas is never a bad idea.
But to go back to your fan base, you're right that I don't think there's any right now. But you might have a kid who's 8 years old right now. That in 10 years, like you fall in love with these teams, and you might have a young generation of fans because Vegas is a growing metropolis still.
Yeah, I'm still mad about how dirty they did Oakland.
Why?
Because they just left. They just left the Oakland.
Are you referring to the A's or the Raiders?
So why don't you feel bad for St. Louis?
I do feel bad for St. Louis. I feel very bad for St. Louis.
Oakland was.
You just don't like the billionaires.
No, exactly. Literally, Stan Kroenke literally said, y'all need to build me a stadium in St. Louis or I'm moving. And they said no, and he went to L.A., and what did he do? He spent his own money.
Pretty wild.
Pretty baller. If
I'm saying, like, these
Good
owners,
city to do it in.
these billionaires.
Kind of a smart investment, wouldn't you say?
I think the original stadium was going to be $2.5 billion, and it ended up being $5 to $6 billion. He doubled. Every renovation.
This ain't good enough.
Yeah, every renovation, takes longer. It's more cost than you think. He had that, and it was in the billions of dollars.
Billions and billions.
Billions and billions.
It's crazy what these owners.
How about a chance to win a great prize courtesy of Palermo's? It is a contest that you can be a part of today, where qualifying winners are going to enter on the Carbos Talking text line and are automatically going to win a Screamin' Sicilian beanie. But the grand prize is a Palermo's brand cooler pizza bag, a Palermo's pizza cutter, and 12 Palermo's brands, a.k.a. free pizza for a year. You're going to get 12 coupons for a pizza, courtesy of Palermo's. So let's go caller 4, 8, 12, and 16. You four that get entered are going to get a region for this wonderful tournament that's going on. You're going to get a region, and if your region wins, you are going to be the grand prize winner. 800-990-3776. That's 800-990-3776. Caller 4, caller 8, caller 12, and caller 16. Stroph's got you from there. If you're caller 4, 8, 12, or 16, you have a chance to win the grand prize of 12 Palermo's pizzas, a pizza cutter, and a cooler bag. 800-990-ESPN. 800-990-3776. Caller 4-8-12-16. We'll wrap up with Brian Bulaga next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait,
what?
On ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Look, it's Jake from our store in Kenosha.
Hi, Monica. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Rick. Your email said you had a big surprise. Look and tell me what you see.
Wow, I see 9 perfect examples of the classic diamond solitaire engagement ring.
They're gorgeous.
These rings are exactly what people imagine when they hear the words engagement ring.
Monica, do you think it will always be like that?
Evermore.
That long?
And each of these is 3/4 of a carat.
$998.
Unbelievable. So how much do we sell them for?
That is how much we sell them for. Can we do that?
We're the largest employee-owned jewelry company in America, Rick. We can do anything we want.
But for how long?
Evermore.
People can choose any of the 9 most popular style solitaires, 3/4 of a carat, and each of them was created in the heart of a miniature star.
5 different diamond shapes, 2 colors of gold. ever more. Just $998.
Or $14.98 with 1 carat diamond center with diamonds on the side.
Learn more at KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Coach Greg Gard. Strong teams succeed with the right partners. Bank CMG works closely with Wisconsin business owners, offering local insight, modern tools, and honest guidance you can trust. They take the time to understand your goals and help you build something sustainable. Whether you're managing cash flow, planning for growth, or navigating change, having the right banking partner matters. When your business matters, your bank should too. BankCMG.com.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
Make your fitness goals last with Johnson Fitness and Wellness, the largest specialty fitness retailer in the country with 5 locations in the Milwaukee area. At Johnson Fitness and Wellness, you'll find top-rated treadmills, strength equipment, ellipticals, bikes, and more, all guided by certified fitness experts who match the right equipment to your goals, space, and budget. And with white glove delivery and installation, plus flexible financing options, you can build your home gym with confidence. Visit one of their stores today or online at johnsonfitness.com.
Ben Brust here, and let's cut the crap. I've been sold a lie with sportswear, too. You pay a fortune for big-name gear, a fancy logo, a slogan, and it still stinks. Iron Jock doesn't play that game. Silver ion technology is woven into every thread, killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria. And now, through March 22nd, our listeners can get 40% off all Iron Jock hoodies with the code HOODIE40. That's HOODIE 40. Shop now at ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
This is Kyle Brust Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Milwaukee, be there for the night that will have everyone talking. It is the Analysis Live, which is back on Friday, March 27th at the Riverside Theater in downtown Milwaukee. It's loud and completely unpredictable, and there's no telling who will come on stage. The Analysis always brings out the stars. You remember Stephen A. Smith, him going back and forth with Giannis. You remember Bobby Portis, Bobby. You remember the Lopez brothers, and of course, Giannis this year. Woo! The Nature Boy Ric Flair is headlining the Analysis Live this year, and if history tells us anything, he won't be alone. There will be more surprise guests. There will be more big names. There will be more moments that lead you to say you had to be there. So make sure you get your tickets now at TALiveshow.com. That is TALiveshow.com for the Analysis Live, taking place March 27th at the Riverside Theater. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Milwaukee legends, nationwide stars. You never know who else is going to walk on that Analysis Live stage, so you have to be there. Visit TALiveshow.com for tickets today.
Joining us on Kyle Brust Nortman on the Yuengling guest hotline is Brian Bulaga. Brian, welcome into Kyle Brust Nortman.
How are we doing, guys?
Doing well, Brian. I feel like as we continue to talk about free agency and what the Packers need to do next, the conversation always comes back to the scariness of the offensive line. I would like to ask you, of the 5 projected starters outside, I guess let's make it about 4, right? Zach Tom, we believe, is great to elite. Of the other 4 on the line, who are you highest on and who are you lowest on?
Oh, good question. Yeah, I mean, I think looking at the group, I mean, I think I have to be second I mean, the second guy I would have to be highest on is probably between Sean Ryan and Banks. Those are the two guys. Based on, I think Sean Ryan showed that he can play the position and do it well, especially now that I know he's going to be given a full off season to work on it and do it and be comfortable in that role, not just kind of thrown in there at the business end of the season. So, like, I'm confident with him. I think Banks can be a good starter. I think he can, play obviously better than what he did last season. He needs to play better than he did last season. And staying healthy is one of those things. I get some of those things are unavoidable, but that is what it is. And then, the position of, Belton at right guard and obviously Jordan Morgan at left tackle, those are my two big question marks, right? I mean, does Belton make a big jump from year one to year two? Does he improve? Signs would tell you yes, right? How he kind of played throughout the year, even though he kind of finished a little shaky. But an off season of confidence and work and things like that, and knowing what he needs to improve on from a strength standpoint, agility standpoint, I would think that he improves and gets better. And then I said it on Wilde and Tausch, and I'll continue to say it, the left tackle position is the one that kind of rounds this whole thing together. We just don't know. We don't have enough information, right? There's not enough data of him playing the position of left tackle in the NFL in regular season games. There's just not enough evidence to say, like, it's definitely going to work.
Brian, right? He's played enough games as an offensive lineman. Shouldn't you be able to know whether or not you can trust him at left tackle by now?
I mean, it's a completely different ball game playing out at tackle than guard.
But I feel like I would trust you at left tackle, right? Even though you play right tackle. I feel like if Brian Bulaga, which you probably got some snaps at left tackle, I'm sure, shuffling things around. But yeah. I would have trusted you at left tackle right away.
I was supposed to play left tackle in 2013. I was playing that the entire training camp until I tore my ACL in family night. Like, that was going to be the position I was playing. I can hear Homer saying, "Excuse me," in the background. Is he supposed to be that loud, or is he trying to make a point?
No, we all can agree. There's no way he's going to be as good as Bulaga. Why do we even compare him?
No, I'm just saying.
Jordan Morgan and Bulaga?
Yeah,
of course. I don't need him to be as good as Bulaga, but I need us to look at him and say, okay, yeah, he's going to be our starting left tackle, and I feel good. Right now, I don't think anybody feels good about it. We're like, okay, what we're going to get from this first-round pick from 2 years ago. It's going to be his third season.
Yeah. I mean, well, that's the thing. When he's been moved around so much, right? He's been moved from guard to tackle and out at left tackle for a game against Minnesota, then at right tackle, then there's been no consistency for us to see on film and be like, okay, yeah, I feel good with him kicking out to left tackle full time. Like, it's not there to feel great about it. Then he was in a direct competition this training camp with Sheed, and he didn't win that battle. So it's just one of those things that we're going to have to see how that shakes out, how he plays and how he performs once we get going. I mean, the beat writers that are on the ground in training camp, they'll be able to see some things, right, in camp and joint sessions and things like that. But you're not going to know until it's real, right? Until the games are real. And that, to me, is the biggest question mark going into this. Is I know he's going to win the job. There's technically no one on the roster to push him, right? And that's another concern of mine, is the depth of this group. But there's no one to push him. So how does he perform in camp, and how does he get himself ready this offseason to go into the season and perform at a high level? I mean, he said as a rookie he wanted to play left tackle. He's going to get the chance. It's up to him how this thing goes, and that'll be the biggest question to me.
Brian, Anthony Richardson, Colts quarterback, seeking a trade, and the Packers have been linked to one of the teams possibly looking to trade for Anthony Richardson. How do you think he would do in the Matt LaFleur offense? And if the Packers pulled that off, would that be something that you'd be excited for as far as a backup quarterback? Because Malik Willis is obviously out the door.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, right? I mean, I think obviously arm strength is not an issue with him. Like, he can throw the football and obviously chuck it accurately is the next question. right? How accurately can he throw the football? And I don't know. I didn't watch too many Colts games. I know it didn't go well. I'll say that. But I think bringing in a guy like him, who obviously has a lot of talent, right, and he's got a lot of athletic ability too, kind of the way Willis did and how LaFleur and those guys kind of developed him and brought him along and got him to understand the scheme. I could see something very similar happening with Richardson. Like, I think a quarterback's in there. It's just getting into a system that'll bring it out. And I think if they did it, I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Well, Brian, we're going to see it all shakes out, and I can't wait to have some more idea of how they're going to attack this draft, blitzing offensive line or cornerback, or what they do at backup QB as well. And we'll walk through it together as we get there, but we appreciate the time. Look forward to hearing on the Homer Hour.
All right, guys, take it easy.
It's Brian Bulaga on the Yuengling guest hotline. He's joining Homer coming up next. Don't go anywhere on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and you can get Homer as well on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee in 2 minutes.
Sports and banter, a perfect blend. KBN's the show that never ends.